Okay.
We just started.
We just started. I thought I was going to be on camera to begin with. I was going to do the introductions.
Yes.
There we go. Look.
Yes.
So now everyone gets to see what we have arranged for you today. So instead of last week's Frodo Baggins imitation, I am now kind of Frodo Baggins still, because I look very tiny, like I'm sitting in the lap of the other. But let's get started for real. Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Victoria 3 stream. I am Björn Blomberg, Community Manager, and with me on this side I have Martin Wiss Anvard, Game Director of Victoria 3.
Hello.
And on this side, Daniel Tolman, aka Neon DT on the forums,
Hello.
the Content Design Lead on Wiki 3. And today, we're gonna be playing some Japan. How do you feel, Martin and Daniel?
Well, I feel pretty good about it. I think it's gonna be a really interesting stream, and I can mention that this time, unlike the last stream, we'll be focusing a lot more on playing the game and doing a lot less explaining. So this is not the explain what Victoria 3 is stream, although we'll of course be talking about the decisions we're making and why we're making them. If you're more just want to get a look at the mechanics and so on, and you haven't checked out the stream we did 2 weeks ago, then you should definitely do that at least after this one.
Yes, I've been told that I will be savagely beaten if I pause too often, so let's try to get some gameplay in.
Well, I wouldn't say savagely.
Beating was definitely mentioned, I think.
Yes, but more of a civilized beating.
Right, of course. This is Victoria. This is the age of civilization.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Shall we get started then?
Yeah, let's hop into the Japanese shogunate.
Alright. Let's hope that we cannot be the Japanese shogunate by the time that we end the stream.
Yep. Right, so basically, and that sets up our goal. We're going to try and get through the Meiji Restoration, if possible. We're going to try to not be unrecognized anymore, although I'm not sure we'll manage that. We're going to try to build up our economy, maybe do some proto-industrialization, and just generally grow the strength of Japan. Maybe even break out of our isolationism, or be broken out of it, depending on how the AI feels about it.
Yep, we'll certainly give it a go.
I also want to mention that we are playing on very hot code. This is last week's build, as opposed to a build from like a couple months ago. So everything will be a lot more up to date. You should be able to notice quite a few changes. But also it might be a bit more unstable. Hopefully it shouldn't be. But just a warning, the code is hot, and yeah, it might burn us.
What did I tell you had to say, Martin? What did I tell? I told you before the stream what you had to say.
Oh, I forgot.
Say, hot, hot, hot!
Ah yes, hot.
Yes, the hottest of codes.
The hottest of code and the coldest of pizzas.
I love how I appear in the corner there.
Yes, it's very nice. I will also notice that Björn brought snacks, and then he took all the snacks over to his own corner instead of sharing them. So we're definitely continuing some themes from last time.
Okay. I was gonna hold off with it. But
Don't worry about it.
I
just wanted to make fun of you.
You get this bag. Here. Okay, I'll show on the camera here. Ahlgrens bilar is what we start the treat with today.
Thank you very much, Bjorn.
Yeah. But yeah, let's get playing the game.
Yep, I've already taken the liberty of unpausing on speed 1.
Okay.
Right, so if we want to do this restoration, the first thing we've got to do is activate this journal entry, and we need to kick the shogunate out of the government to do that. We certainly could do that, although that is also where essentially all of our legitimacy is coming from.
Yeah, the shogunate has a lot of power.
They certainly
Oddly
do.
enough.
Let's see what would happen if we were to get rid of them. Oh,
And
well,
that would be less than good.
it would not be great.
So what do we do then?
Ooh, that's an excellent question. I'm thinking that maybe we replace the samurai with the monks and maybe try and pass some laws from them, perhaps get some literacy?
Yeah, we might also want to just try and build up our economy a little bit in such a way that maybe the people at the farms don't have all of the power.
That would certainly be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, maybe we should build something. What does the market need? Let's sort by price.
Yeah.
Let's see.
One of the more interesting things with playing Japan is that we are actually isolationist. And what that means is no trade routes. What we have in our market is everything we have. We can't import to shore up shortages, and we can't export to make goods more expensive. So we're just going to have to deal with what we have. The advantage is that other countries can't come up in and wreck up our economic setup. The disadvantage is that we can't, go and unwreck our own mistakes. So we are all in on our own abilities here.
Yes, I'm immediately noticing that we might be able to build some more clothes and furniture
There's
factories. Seems like
definitely-
there's a demand for
Yeah,
it.
there's definitely some demand for consumer goods. How are we looking on luxuries? Yeah, it's
Let's have a
pretty
look.
decent.
Let's look at the luxuries. Yeah, we're kind of fine actually. People could use more liquor, but when couldn't they?
And yeah, we could make more tobacco, but on the other hand, tobacco plantations would just strengthen the shogunate. So
Exactly, that would
let's
employ a
not
lot of aristocrats.
do that.
Yes.
But yeah, let's get some more consumer industries going and maybe see if we can get the merchant class a little bit more clout.
Yeah, okay, where do we already have some textile mills? Let's take a look at Kansai. What's going on here? Oh, well, that's also producing luxury clothes, which are pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Perhaps if we look at the Kyushu... Oh, that's also
We're also
luxury
producing, but the
clothes.
advantage is we do have silk.
We do have silk, yes,
So
so it's pretty cheap to do so.
I think it's fine. We can try to just boost things up, and I think we should be able to eat somewhat cheap luxury clothes
Yeah.
without our industry suffering too much.
I'm also noticing that we have a little bit of a bureaucracy shortage, so maybe we want to queue up a government administration as well.
Yeah, and there's a second reason we might want government administration.
There is indeed. Let's take a look at this. Yes, we can see here that our taxation capacity is awful. We are barely collecting any taxes at all, well, compared to what we could be collecting if we had our taxation capacity fulfilled.
Basically, our population is way too big for our bureaucracy, so there's a lot of taxes that just aren't going collected. If we take a peek at our important actions, we can see the whole effect up there.
Yes.
I got a request from the chat here. Like they want to know like what changed from the last build we showed, but like we don't need to go through all the changes, I think, but like
No.
just to be highlighted, like, so when you see something, when we encounter something in the game that is new, let's just mention mention that, I guess.
I would say not to expect massive like gameplay changes, because there's not going to be a lot of massive gameplay changes. Probably the biggest will be changes to interest, which also which this week's dev diary will be about. But also just a lot of like polish, AI, bug fixing, things to just be more active in general. So yeah, we'll see, but as we encounter something, we will definitely talk about it.
Yeah, I think we make way too much money. There needs to be more stuff building. But is what we learned from Mikael last week.
Yeah, I am noticing that our construction industry is pretty goddamn pathetic.
It is, isn't it? And we seem to have the funds to make some more.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we should expand our construction
Let's
industry, shall
do
we?
it.
Maybe 2 more, and see how that goes.
Let's go for 2 more. I think
Let's
we'll
put
have...
them to the top of the queue as well.
Do we have the tech for iron frame buildings? I don't think we do.
We do have
Ah,
the
we
tech.
do it.
Let's see how much it would cost us.
I think we might not have any tools, though.
Ah, yes. I'm not sure if we're actually producing tools. Let's have a quick look at the
Let's
market.
peek in our market.
Industrial goods. Oh, yeah.
No,
we
no
have
tools.
enough.
So we're
Right,
and
let's
no
turn that
iron. So we're gonna have to get some mines and some tooling industries going if we want to do iron frame buildings.
We certainly are. That's definitely going to be a priority once we're done, I think, with our current queue. Let's queue up maybe a couple of iron mines. Where's a good place to build iron mines? Let's check the production lens and resources and iron.
Yeah, we do not have an absolute ton of iron capacity. We have a bit, like enough for our short-term needs, definitely about 100, which is it'll do us for a while.
Yeah, I think probably we're good until kind of end of mid-game, maybe late game.
Mhm.
Yeah. What I like about Japan is that it has pretty much all the resources it needs until quite a bit into the game. I think some of the only things it doesn't actually start with are rubber, and does it get oil later?
Don't think so. There shouldn't really be any oil in Japan, so we're gonna have to go abroad for that, which, you know, definitely wasn't a problem that real Japan faced in history or anything like that.
No. Yeah, it seems like there's quite a lot of the things that we lack down in this part of the world, so that's a potential avenue for expansion.
Chat does have a point. We can get some oil from whaling, but that's not gonna be enough to run our industries.
Yeah, it's quite difficult to run oil manufacturing based on whales.
Mm-hmm. Something we're also definitely gonna have to do is build up a significant paper industry once we get better government production methods.
Oh,
Which
yes.
reminds me, we should pick a tech.
Yes, we should pick a tech. I am quite partial to academia, but perhaps something on the production side might be useful as well.
I think we're doing better on the production side than we're doing on the social side right now, actually.
Cotton gin is kind of tempting, since having more cotton is nice. It is a construction good.
On the other hand, it's gonna give even more money to the shogunate.
That's absolutely true, yes.
Maybe actually So yeah, we do have the better centralization unlocked. Let's go for academia, actually. Let's be able to make some universities.
Yeah, and currently with our laws, we should be able to pick... Yes, we should be able to pick either clergymen or academics working in those universities as well. So we can kind of pick who we want to empower through those.
Perfect.
Yeah. What's going on here? Oh, some expensive government goods. Wood.
That's from our construction, most likely.
Yeah,
so.
and I do expect that we're going to be continually constructing things throughout the game. So we might want to look into building some more logging industries later on.
Yes, let's chop down some of those cherry blossoms.
Yes, indeed. Let's build a few more. Resources, logging camps. Oh, a lot of them going on in Kanto already.
So actually, something else we could be doing. I did notice that we have a lot of battalions in reserve. Let's see if we can find a commander who doesn't support the shogunate. And either one that exists, or the one we can recruit, and give them a bunch. That's a petite bourgeoisie commander. Interesting.
That is interesting. Do they have a lot of power?
Then
they're marginalized.
Well, seems a little odd that the Tokugawa is not supporting the shogunate. That might be a bug.
Yeah, that's probably a bug, yes.
Yes. Yeah. So let's see if we can get... Yeah, let's not... Maybe not the petite bourgeoisie, but let's recruit a general and see what our options are.
Well, oh, an intelligentsia.
Yes. All right.
A romantic intelligentsia.
Perfect. Now this is actually interesting. So let's go ahead and recruit this guy. And let's give the brainy boys some troops to command.
Yes, let's do that. So let's promote him a little. Let's promote him maybe once more.
Yes, that should be fine.
Yeah, 60 battalions in his regiment there.
Okay. How's the intelligentsia actually looking for political strength right now?
They're not super strong, but they are certainly not marginalized.
Yeah, they also kind of really hate us.
Yes, they do.
Oh, from leader trait, bandit. Okay. Maybe we should have looked a little closer at this before we decided to go in on the intelligentsia.
He is at least unpopular.
Fair. Okay, let's hope he has a little accident at some point.
Yeah, almost any other intelligentsia leader might be more preferable for us.
He is not my favorite. Definitely not my favorite. Yes, the bandit scholar.
Yeah, I remember in the Australia AAR that I did, I deliberately picked all the bandit pillagers I could to fight my civil wars.
Oh yeah, that was the one where you're trying to create biggest hellscape of all time.
And I succeeded.
Very nice. So something else we could be looking into doing is we might want to colonize the rest of Hokkaido.
Yes, that might be a law that we could even... Oh, we could have started passing it if I hadn't kicked the samurai out of the government. Maybe we want to put them back in.
How many people is that going to make mad, though?
Some. Quite a few, actually.
Can we have a tree... we actually can have a...
We could, yeah.
Coalition government here, and... Sure, it'll drop our legitimacy a little bit, but it'll be
80%
fine.
still good.
Yeah. So let's do this.
That legitimacy bar, isn't that new? From, like, I don't... That's fairly new? Was that in last week?
I think it was broken last time we played.
Okay.
So it's not new exactly, but it's working.
Okay.
So that's
there's
kind
a
of
reason
like
why we can't do this, and it's because we haven't invented colonization.
Oh, right. Well...
do we want to switch our tech, or do we want to research academia first, build some universities, and then use those universities to
I don't think
research
it's
colonization faster?
that much of a hurry, so let's get the academia and some more brainy boys first.
Yes, yeah.
And
I think academia is a good initial investment. It makes every other tech faster, so long as you actually build some universities and start using it.
And universities will also mean we get more academics who tend to support the intelligentsia, which will make the intelligentsia and the bandit scholars stronger. And we're apparently going all in on the bandit scholars.
Yes, we are. I wouldn't trust governance of my country to them.
Okay.
We have some questions from the chat. I must admit that I am not super well versed in the history of China and Japan, but it seems like a lot of people are commenting on the fact that it seems to be one unified Qing and one unified Japan at the start here. How does that correlate to actual history?
I suppose we could potentially have decided to represent Japan by splitting it up into lots of little daimyos. I think we may have even tried that at some point, and it just didn't end up feeling particularly fun to do so. With our kind of interest group mechanics and such, we feel that it's a much better way of managing things from the player's perspective. So it's better to say have a shogunate and a samurai IG rather than having lots of little different states.
Basically, it could be really argued one way or the other. I think there's maybe some parts of China that should maybe be subject, but
yeah, maybe down in the southeast and the
up
west.
in the
Mongolia,
the northwest
perhaps.
and so on. But we will probably look into that at some point. The map is also inevitably going to change post-release.
Yeah, I think I'm happy with the way that Japan is, but China I think could probably use some work.
Yeah, I think if we were gonna do start splitting up Japan into daimyo, those daimyo would actually need to be able to also tie into the interest groups of Japan. So that would need, which is something that would be super cool, but not really something we have at the moment. So it would probably require more work than just splitting up Japan and calling it a day.
Yes, exactly. It would require, I think, both mechanical and content changes.
Yeah, like I usually, since we get this argument a lot for many of our games, and so I usually just respond also with like sometimes historical accuracy needs to give way for gameplay reasons. Like it is a game first and foremost.
Oh, the British!
Like
oh no!
Opium Wars kicking
Opium
off.
Wars.
Yes. Here we go. Right, so they want a treaty port. Yep, that makes sense. In fact, that they will.
Oh,
if they get that, they will actually get Hong
They
Kong.
will not always go for Hong Kong, but they are more likely to go for Hong Kong.
Mhm.
Because it's close to the trade center.
They also, for some reason, want to take this inland state.
That's special.
Yes, that is. Open Qing market, that also makes sense. And war operations, yep.
Yeah, the Conquer inland state is a bug, for sure. And I have no idea what's going on there. But the other stuff makes perfect sense. It has also been pointed out, and I agree with that we are not using any of our enormous amount of authority.
Oh, that's true, yes. Okay,
We
what do we want to do?
I'm thinking let's boost our factories to begin with, to make them more profitable.
Alright, so we want to encourage manufacturing industry.
Yes,
where do we want to do that, though?
We should check where we actually have manufacturing. Let's open the buildings tab.
Yeah. Okay, so urban buildings, I think. So probably where these Oh, we got a lot of paper mills, too.
We do actually have a lot of
Encouraging those might be nice. There's some in Kansai. Kansai seems to be a pretty...
Kansai, yeah.
Yeah, this I think is probably a good option, since we are going to be putting more textile mills there as well.
Cool. Let's see, where are the paper mills as well? Let's start here.
We'll start here.
Mhm.
And, yeah.
And I
there's
think
more,
Shubu and...
Yeah, Chubu and Shugoku.
Yes.
Let's take a bit closer look at Shugoku. Oh, yeah, this would be a good place for it.
Like, there are quite a few, like, artisan industries in Japan at start. Just very simple production methods and very consumer focused, but it's still a nice thing.
We can see that they're using merchant guilds which employ shopkeepers rather than the private ownership PMs which use capitalists.
And this is a bit of a downside for us, because it does mean that our industries will not really boost up the industrialists, who will generally have the reforms that we want, but the petite bourgeoisie, who are currently marginalized, and they will be useful, but not as useful as the industrialists. So at some point we should be trying to reform our economy from traditionalism, because traditionalism is not fun.
Oh, it is a terrible, terrible law. Minus 25% taxation capacity, and since taxation capacity is one of our major issues right now, getting rid of this, I think, should be a priority.
Yeah, but there is just about nobody who supports changing the economic system right now, so that's gonna have to wait.
Yes, I think we should probably also build some more construction.
I mean, we have a lot of authority, so also just go nuts with the focuses right now, I should say. We could also be promoting some interest group, actually.
Oh, yes, yes, we should. I think the intelligentsia might be our guys.
We can't suppress the shogunate, because they are in government, and also we want to keep them in government while they're powerful, because otherwise, ow.
Yes, otherwise I don't think we're going to be able to pass any law ever.
But let's also promote the petite bourgeoisie, because it would help us if they stop being marginalized.
It certainly would, yes.
Right.
Yeah, the petty bourgeoisie can certainly become very reactionary, but when you already have a very kind of conservative government, they will actually promote certain liberal reforms. So, for example, they rather like elected bureaucrats or appointed bureaucrats as opposed to hereditary bureaucrats. And that's a really good way of getting some power away from the landowners early on.
I would also say that one of the strongest things they offer is in that same ideology, better tax systems.
Oh yes, that's absolutely vital. You don't really want to be relying on land-based taxation in the long term unless you're running a super agrarian economy.
The reason for that is because land-based taxation largely taxes the peasants, and when you start getting rid of your peasants, you will start getting rid of your tax base.
Exactly. So the more you develop your country, the less taxes you're actually collecting.
Cool. I think we can save the rest of our authority for now. We might want some consumption taxes once we start burning through our gold reserves, which I'm sure will happen.
Could always tax grain.
Always tax grain. That's gonna make everyone happy.
Yes, I can't imagine why anyone would object to it.
Okay, so I guess we're taxing grain and then we're invading Belgium, right?
Yep, that sounds great to me. What's Belgium doing anyway? Nothing of note.
Yeah. Let's see, actually, can we talk to Belgium? Because I don't think we can.
It seems like we can't really interact with them at all.
I mean, they do speak a funny language. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are not neighbors, and we have no mutual interests, so there is nothing that we can do with Belgium.
And here you're gonna get a sneak peek at this week's Dev Diary, because one of the changes that had happened is that interests now essentially gate all diplomacy. So if you wanna have a if you wanna do diplomatic actions with a country, you will either need to have an interest. Basically, you will need to have an interest where they have an interest, or you will need to be neighbors. So we would either need to have a border with Belgium, or we would need to have an interest in like Europe, or they would need to have an interest over here. Okay, well, the British are taking Beijing, apparently.
Yep, they're almost there. The city is right there, just a province
So
away.
let's have a look at that front. That's 791 versus 62.
It does not look the British like it does not look like the British are going to win that particular battle.
No, but they have already won several battles.
They have, yes.
So they probably got caught in a bad situation.
Yeah, there is something which is weighing the Qing down a little, and that is... we can find their modifiers. It's one of these. Ah, there we go. Yes, widespread opium addiction. That has hugely affected their army and also their standard of living as well.
Yeah, and I mean, in general, it's also just a difference in quality between the two armies, because the British have skirmish infantry and mobile artillery, which is like top tier tech. Like, yeah, you can see them absolutely. 49 defense versus 4 offense.
Yeah, in terms of quality, the British absolutely have the advantage, plus there's a lot going against the Qing as well.
And of course, the main reason that the British AI would be going for the capital here is because they have, well, they have, besides just the war goal down, because if they only had a treaty port war goal, they wouldn't really need to, they could just capture their war goal, but they have inexplicably decided to grab an inland state, and so they have to occupy Beijing to force China to surrender that inland state. And honestly, I'm kind of on China's side here, because Britain going, yes, you're going to open your market, you're going to give me Hong Kong, and also you're going to cede some mountains in the middle of China. I would also be like, what?
Yeah, and we also really don't want them doing the same to us either.
No. Although, opening our market wouldn't be so bad.
It wouldn't be the worst thing ever, but with free trade specifically, I think we'd be a little left to the mercy of the markets, right?
This is true.
People could just walk in and take whatever they want from our country.
But it does kickstart a major restoration, if I'm not wrong.
I think it can, yes. I'm not sure it actually starts the journal entry.
Well, it's a part. It's more of a thing we need to do, basically. So.
Yes, yes.
But we'll see. We'll see if someone comes knocking with some gunships, because our army is not particularly good either. It's slightly better than the Chinese one, but only because we're not hooked on opium. We're also very
that really
backwards.
is the only difference. We have irregular infantry, the worst available. Likewise, we're not using any cannons. We have horses, we have standardized infantry, and we have wound dressing.
What we could do is actually declare an interest in China, if we don't have one already. I think we have a...
Yeah, we can support more declared
We have
interests.
one declared interest we can do.
Right.
Let's declare interest in, like, South China, just because the market is there, just so we can see if we can get some notifications about what things are going on, because that's another thing. You will only get notifications about, like, diplomatic goings on between other countries in places where you have an interest. So you're not gonna, if you're playing Bhutan and you're completely isolated, you're not gonna get told about the latest goings on in the middle of Europe. And you also can't really interact with Europe because you're isolated up in the mountains. I think Tallman just needed a short break, and Here comes Björn. Okay, Björn is in charge of Japan.
Ah, that sounds wonderful. I'm like those guys, at the Oscars where people get up as like, oh, seat fillers. Yes, I am a seat filler. So, I am now in control of Japan. This
I am
will
concerned.
Go glorious. This will go glorious. So, what are we doing? We are we invading China?
No, we are just declaring an interest in China, Björn.
Okay, so how do we go about that? Let's see. Now I'm completely lost. I was reading the chat and then I saw Daniel get up.
No,
and I was like, okay.
We already did. So you can
did.
close that panel. So our interest in China has activated, and yeah, it does appear that the British have captured Beijing. So let's zoom in on that. Yes, they have.
They have.
I suspect that Qing will be folding any day now.
I mean, they have so much. Why would they? Like, who cares about Beijing? That's not important, right?
No, of course not. Like,
nah.
Not like this British soldier setting fire to the Forbidden City or anything like that.
So, what are we doing? I see that we are not making money. That sounds about right from the Mikael point of view.
Well, we are making money before construction is considered, so that's okay. And we're only depleting our gold reserves very slowly, so that's also okay. And
sadly, I have to leave again. I enjoyed this. It was fun to play Vicky. Cool. I'm a seat filler.
It would have been very impressive and very Björn if you had managed to run Japan into the ground in that 1 minute.
Thankfully, I think he's on minimal damage, I think.
I think he tried to declare war on China, but okie dokie.
That would be deeply unwise, I think.
Nah. I think it would. That's a big brain move. It's just you can't see the whole plan yet.
Maybe we should actually see about doing some diplomacy now as well.
Yeah,
like, we are isolationist, but we could, for instance, start improving relations with Britain. Because maybe we don't want them to come knocking on our door as well.
That absolutely makes sense. Quite a hefty cost of doing that as well.
Yep, we don't have that much influence because we're an unrecognized power. We're not even an unrecognized major power, jeez.
Oh, we're not, no.
Oh.
Regional power.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else that we might want to be improving relations with?
Perhaps Russia.
Yeah, Russia.
They tend to take an interest in Japan.
Exactly, and I think they also have a claim down here. Yes, both of us have claims on this.
For the time being, because like eventually, when we go strong enough, we're gonna want to tackle the Europeans. But right now, any one of them could just trample all over us, and there's not much we could do about it. So, let's be diplomatic. It's really in this year.
Yes, it is. Alright, our construction seems to be going quite well. We have a bit of a deficit, but I think it's very acceptable.
It's fine for now. When have we ever really ran our economy into the ground on stream? I don't think that ever happened.
We would never do that. We're just too good at the game. We're developers, right?
Exactly.
We know the game.
I think we could also build another government administration at this point, especially if we want to start colonization. We're gonna need that. Oh, you actually have one queued up.
We have one queued up, yes. Let's have a look at our institution costs, though. So each one would cost 311. That's going to take a lot more than we have. Right, so let's queue up.
But we can get started on it without having the bureaucracy.
Yes, but we probably don't want to end up in a huge deficit once we get it.
And honestly, right now it's a good idea, like you did, to stack them all in one state, because we have tax, if you have issues with tax capacity in some places, you might want to prioritize those places, but we have issues with tax capacity everywhere.
Yes, plus economy of scale is also a thing.
So economy of scale will help us more by stacking in one place at a time. Do we actually want to get rid of the clergy in our administration? Because I think they're still there.
Ah, yeah, they are, aren't they? Okay, so we could either choose between administrative clergy or secular administration.
They're going to get a bit pissy about that.
Just a little bit.
Let's try it.
Yeah, in fact, let's do that on a national level rather than trying to do this in every single one of them. So
I just have to interject here, since Patrick CXXVIII spent his bits to highlight his question. I guess we should answer it. Is there a music player like in HOI 4 or EU4? I don't think.
There is not a music player right now. There's not going to be one for release. It's something we will definitely want to add at some point post-release. But because this is a new engine version, etc., there's a few things that have prevented us from having it for release. But it's something we're absolutely going to want to add at some point because we have a really cool soundtrack.
Yes, we do.
Another one highlighted questioner. So you're saying any European country could conquer Japan at this moment, but Japan can't do any diplomacy to make allies to stop that?
No, that's not what I'm saying actually. So I would not say any European country. I would say any European great power. I think, for instance, if a small country was to invade us, then the sheer numbers we have on our side is going to be enough to beat them. Like, I don't think Baden or, you know, two Sicilies even might be able to easily conquer us. But if Britain or if France or if Russia, one of the great powers, comes knocking and we don't have any supporters, that's gonna be trouble. Now, I said that right now we can't do any diplomacy because we don't have an interest, but this all depends on where we have an interest, right? For instance, we put an interest in South China. Britain has an interest in South China.
As does Portugal.
Let's see who else has an interest in South China.
Alright, how do we bring that
Strategic region map mode.
Strategic region map mode.
It's a simple story.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Right.
So now we can do diplomacy with the Sikh Empire. Not very useful. We can do diplomacy with Britain, we can do diplomacy with Portugal, and we can do diplomacy with China. Let's see if anyone has an interest in Japan besides us.
It seems that it's just Qing
And Russia. Yeah, and that's why we can interact with Russia. So it's not that we have to declare an interest necessarily. They can also declare an interest in us. And we could have, for instance, have said that we have an interest in Europe, which basically means sending Japanese ambassadors to Europe to start drumming up support. But right now, I'm not that worried, and I'm more inclined to keep an eye on how things are going in China than I am to try and like build friendship with the French.
I would say that how things are going in China right now is not good for the Chinese.
It's going British. It's tea time.
Yes, it certainly is. That's a lot of British flags.
Yeah, actually, what's the Chinese war support like now?
Let's have a look. It's dropping.
Yeah, it's dropping.
Yeah, let's speed up a little bit.
Indeed.
Yeah, I expect that Qing will certainly lose that war.
I expect so as well.
Yeah.
Okay, Afghanistan is in civil war apparently.
Ooh, France is expanding its North African campaign.
Is that a war for France to expand, or is it something they got dragged into?
Let's
have a
find
peek.
out. Oh, France and Turkey, eh? Okay.
Yes.
What's going on here?
Oh, okay, so it's because the Ottomans are the overlord of Tunis.
Aha.
So France is fighting Tunisia and the Ottomans because they want to conquer Tunisia. And they're also taking the opportunity to outlaw slavery and humiliate the Ottoman Empire.
Oh yeah, and the Macedonian treaty port as well. That will certainly shake up the region.
Yes, in this current version the AI is very fond of treaty ports. I merged a fix for it today, but we're not playing on code quite that hot.
Yes, there's limitations to how hot we can make the code for streams.
Yes. This also means that if you have seen the little tweet I did about diplomatic play AI yesterday, that also isn't in the game right now. But it will certainly be in for next stream.
We have academia. Excellent.
Cool.
Let's build some universities, shall we?
I think we need more construction industry, honestly, because our construction queue is going slow. Do we
is
have
going
any
slow.
queued up? Or did you put that at the top already?
Let's see.
No,
that's what we got.
you did the pro move.
Yes. Alright, let's build some more universities up here, shall we? How many do we need? 3?
Yep, and I would say let's throw out 1 to 2 more construction sector here and put them at the top as well.
Makes sense to me.
We can also think about
This keyboard
getting
is
the better,
tiny and I keep pressing Windows instead of Alt.
better method going, but you know, this is the classical thing. It's like, oh, there's so much I can do. You're just gonna end up with a really long construction queue.
Colonization?
Let's go for colonization. We definitely want to take Hokkaido, just so nobody else gets any ideas about it.
Yes, I have seen sometimes AI Japan waiting too long and Russia swoops in.
Mm-hmm. And that is definitely not something we want to happen. We don't want the Russian backdoor into the shogunate.
I think we're, by the time that we have both of these construction sectors, I think our budget deficit's going to be a little too much. We might want to consider a consumption tax.
How are we looking for radicals?
Radicals. We have 1 million of them.
Yeah, but it's 31 million people in our country, so that means that only, what, is it like 3% of people hate us?
Yeah, and it seems like it's trending slightly downwards.
So I think we can eat a consumption tax. Let's just not make it grain.
Yes, anything but grain.
Liquor, I think is good, because it
yeah.
doesn't cost much authority and it tends to give money. Generally, sin taxes will be the most efficient in terms of authority to money, because people will more readily accept taxing booze than, you know, taxing bread.
Yeah, they don't actually need it to live. Although it does help.
Well, it dulls the pain, right? Oh, we have a shortage.
Oh, we do. Tools. What are
Wow.
we using tools for?
Well, that's a good question.
We have half a buy order.
Oh, right, we built iron mines.
Oh, yes, we did, didn't we? And that takes tools.
Oh
of
no, and we
course.
can't import tools.
Oh, no.
we
Okay, we messed up a bit.
we need
Well,
a tooling workshop.
Yes, let's build a tooling workshop. Let's put it here, why not?
Let's put it right at the top.
Yes, yes, and we need it on the top of the queue. There we go. Let's do that before we build
Yes,
additional iron
because
mines.
oh no,
Yeah.
and this is really the trap with isolationism, because you're also so used to playing, especially if you're just talking about importing a few tools or so on. You're very used to playing with a country that can trade. So it's like, okay, I have a small tool shortage. I'll import some tools, at least while I build up my own tooling industry, but Japan cannot do that.
Yeah, in my last game as Galicia, of all places, I had a trade agreement with Spain, so whenever I wanted something, I could simply take it from the Spanish market for no bureaucracy or... oh, what's the other cost for trade?
Bureaucracy and like
tariffs, right? And tariffs.
Tariffs.
Yes. Yeah, you still have to pay the convoy cost.
Yeah,
but
and
if
convoy
you,
cost.
unless you border, of course. which
Oh
you
hey, Tunisia is French. That's a little early,
Oh, no.
but you know.
It seems like they did not manage to take the treaty port there.
No, it looked like they were not able to invade the Ottomans, so the Ottomans threw them back at Gallipoli, I guess.
And still a very successful British invasion of China. Is that almost? Yeah, that's almost over.
That's almost
And
over.
it seems like Britain will probably be able to enforce most of their war goals, but not all. They will end up taking the mountain province there.
Well, if Qing surrenders, they'll take all of them. This is
yeah.
just what Britain would accept not having war operations right now, if if they could just cut the losses and stop paying for this war. But Qing is apparently being stubborn, so I think they're going to end up getting war operations.
Yeah, I think so as well, since I think it's going to end up at minus 100 before they capitulate. Okay, almost done with those tooling workshops. 8 weeks left.
I see treaty ports being mentioned quite a bit in chat. Do you want to talk anything about treaty ports?
Sure. Let's actually wait until Britain wins, and then we can talk about what... because I'm quite sure they're going to get Hong Kong, and we can talk about why they would want Hong Kong.
Yeah, it's easier to show you than to tell you.
So treaty ports.
There we go.
There we go. Oh,
Kong.
they,
Alright.
they actually did capitulate and
Yep.
and agree to a treaty.
Oh
So
no,
there
yeah.
we go.
Yeah. They were smart and signed it. Oh my god.
Yeah, let's ignore that.
Excellent.
Let's look at this instead.
Ah.
So there we go. Here we have the treaty
Yes.
port of Hong Kong.
This is the really fun thing about AI. You smash one bug and you create another. Right, so Hong Kong is a treaty port. What this means is that Britain now owns a small piece of land here, and you know, they can use it like a normal state. But the most significant thing about it is that they will no longer have to pay tariffs. They can no longer be affected by embargoes. And they no longer have to pay bureaucracy for trading with the Chinese market. Basically, but this does not go for the Chinese. The Chinese get no advantages in the British market, and the British get all of the advantages in the Chinese market. So treaty ports are very, very powerful when you want to trade with someone and you don't want them to have any tools at their disposal to discourage you, basically.
Yes, this means that Britain can essentially flood China with as much opium as it can
Yes,
possibly produce.
which is why they declared war, essentially.
Yes.
Because Britain starts with a lot of opium export routes to China, and once China bans those routes, the British AI will... The British have like a journal entry which the British AI will try to pursue to get a treaty port or otherwise make sure that the flow of opium cannot be stopped.
So our iron mines now hopefully should actually be working.
Yeah, all tooling workshops will need to gear up first. I also think we're gonna need to subsidize the tooling workshops because we don't have much demand for tools right now.
I don't believe we can subsidize our tooling workshops.
Oh god, we're traditionalists!
We're traditionalists!
No! Oh no!
Yeah, we can subsidize Nothing. I think.
Infrastructure and trade centers, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, the things that you have to subsidize anyway, really.
Well,
This isn't good.
okay. How's the petite bourgeoisie doing?
My guess would be not well, but let's find out. Yeah, not well.
No, well.
No.
Right.
Would anyone even potentially support
Could we get any... Could be... Even agrarianism would be better, even if it's not great.
Yeah, at least it allows us to subsidize something, and it gets rid of that taxation.
Who would
capacity
disapprove
penalty.
of a change to agrarianism?
Well, the
Shogunate
would.
does. Oh,
But it wouldn't be a revolution. We can annoy them a bit without having to without a civil war.
Problem is we'd have to get them out of the government, because otherwise they're going to make the chance. Otherwise, the chance of passing agrarianism is going to be very remote.
Yeah, that stall chance will be high, but the peasants would at least endorse it, and they're not marginalized.
No. I think we're gonna have to give up on this now and just... What we're basically gonna have to do instead is make sure more things use tools.
Oh, looks like we've got cotton gin.
Yep.
Do we get any kind of benefit from the traditionalist? Like, why would you want to be traditionalist?
You probably wouldn't.
No, traditionalism is honestly... It has a small advantage in that it reduces the bureaucracy population cost multiplier. But traditionalism basically represents countries that don't have a organized economy, where everything is still just handled at the local level. And, you know, this might be nice for some of the people in the country, especially since they get taxed less, but for the state it is almost entirely bad. You do not want to run your 19th century country on a feudal economy.
Yeah, and if you do want to run an agrarian economy, well, that's what agrarianism is there
Yeah,
for.
agrarianism is like the organized version of an agrarian economy, where the state is intentionally trying to focus on plantations, agriculture, and so on. And it's... Honestly, it's straight up better than traditionalism. This is by design. In most cases, laws are trade-offs, and there's like never one that's clearly better. But there's a few cases like this, like serfdom, quite awful, unless all you ever want to build is plantations and like farms. Traditionalism, very, very awful.
Yeah, we can see here that we do in fact have serfdom.
Hooray!
Yes.
We have all the bad laws.
We do.
And this is why we need the major restoration. Or, you know, if we can manage earlier, then we'll have the... What was the earlier emperor again?
I don't remember his name exactly. I think it begins with a K.
Yeah. So we're gonna need some demand for iron to begin with, so that there can be demand for tools.
Yes.
So we'll need to switch our construction industry, I think.
That's going to be expensive.
It is. I also don't think we have enough iron for it.
No, I think we're going
Probably
to
better to check at the building instead of the generalized tool.
Yeah, you're
budget
right.
screen.
Yeah, let's have a look at our construction.
Because here's the advantage of putting all our construction industry in the same place. Yeah.
We would need 350.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
we
iron.
need to start small scale, I think.
Hmm.
So we really should have built a second construction industry somewhere else that we could have switched.
Do we have?
Do we have anything
any
else
others?
that could use iron? Oh, actually, we can make a nice loop here. We can make the tooling workshops use iron. This is a start.
Hmm.
They can use iron to make tools, which makes iron. So they're providing a little bit of demand for each other.
Okay, let's see what happens when we do that.
It's not gonna super help, because right now they're still not really very viable. But...
It's increase a little.
Can we activate sawmills on the lumber mills?
Ah, that would be a good idea, yes. Maybe not all of them, but at least some of
Yes,
them.
we can.
Yes, okay, that's going to help with the price of wood a lot.
How many... I think we should activate a few more, because
Yeah, let's find
now the
a few
tooling
more of
worship is
them.
gonna ramp up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's wise to activate all of them at once, but we can certainly activate a bunch.
13. That's not... They don't use that much. But let's activate, like... yeah, these three are good.
Yes, yeah, and let's leave these ones alone. Okay, and then let's take a look
This
at
will
the
also
price
help
of
with
tools.
wood being very expensive.
Oh, tools are now quite expensive, but I think the tooling workshop is still
Yeah, it's still
starting
ramping
up.
up.
Yeah, it's still hiring. Yeah, price of iron
And
is
now
still very
it's-
low.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a mining accident. That's unfortunate.
Okay. You can pause when we have an event, just so we have time to
That's
decide on it.
I think we might put to empower the peasants here, since they're actually kind of relevant. Yeah. Mines are a blight upon man.
I think let's empower the peasants. Let's be min-maxi. You know, otherwise the correct thing is obviously always to pick that this is the need for the march of progress.
Yes.
Oh hey, we're actually making money now.
How did that happen?
I suspect that happened through consumption taxes.
You need to remedy that.
We actually have a pretty healthy economy. We have a few more radicals, but it didn't get too bad. Because, no, actually...
I think it dropped, I think. I think it was at 1.3 at some point.
Yeah, I think it might be that our economic growth is, like, outpacing the... Oh, you know what it's also?
Hmm?
Our tax capacity is so awful that the amount we're collecting from the liquor tax is actually pitiful compared to the size of our population. So
that's true.
People are just paying us, like, pocket change. But it's a lot of... It adds up. Like, a lot of Japanese quarters.
Oh yeah, there's 30 million people here, and almost all of them are peasants who occasionally drink liquor.
Yeah, we can see like the if you hover over the standard of living up there, we can see like the hover over the 9.2 for the breakdown. We can see there's only an average taxation level of 13.1%. That's the cost of the goods. So it's pretty decent.
The price of grain is very encouraging. At least people can eat.
Yeah, we're actually doing pretty decent on that, although our standard of living is still quite low.
We have colonization. It may be worth trying to pass
Let's
one of these
do it.
laws. The shogunate.
Oh no!
Why don't they like it? Let's find out.
Is there anything the shogunate likes?
They're pacifists.
Oh, wow. That's... We did not start with the luckiest setup here.
No, we did not. They really do not want us to be colonizing. Oh no.
Okay, I mean, yeah, and it radicalizes them, so they're gonna drop out of the government if we do, and then we're
probably have a civil war.
And then we're gonna have a civil war over colonizing Hokkaido. Wow, this is...
What if we don't do that?
Yeah, let's not. I guess it's like... maybe he's just really likes the Ainu. They are pretty cool.
What do we want to research next? I don't think stock exchange is the way to go. I don't think trade route competitiveness is really at the top of our priorities right now.
No, I would argue not.
No, perhaps a production tech.
I think let's go for the lad. That's useful.
It is. Oh, we should queue up some more buildings as well.
We have an iron shortage, I think. Wood.
Let's see. Wood and iron. And iron. Oh, okay, we need both. Alright, let's expand iron mines.
But are the iron mines actually working at full capacity?
Let's find out.
Yeah, they are.
No,
hell yes. They're making bank.
Yes, and they are slowly increasing their employment.
So what would you two masterminds say about strategy here? Like, is it better for a country to have a specialized industry, or is it better to have a broad industry producing most of your needs?
That depends entirely on what country you're playing and what you're trying to achieve.
For example, for us, we have to have a generalized industry because we can't trade. We can't trade.
Yes.
But if you can trade, and if you have, it also really depends on your resource base. Like, for instance, let's say you have a absolute crap ton of sulfur, but no other mining resources. Then what you might want to do is actually just export sulfur, because sulfur tends to be in high demand. Or you might want to build up some industry, like a chemical industry, and export fertilizer, and import some of the other things you need. There is no one answer. It really depends on your resource base, your trading partners, whether you're in someone else's market, definitely whether you're isolationist, and just generally also who you're trying to empower in your country. Because if, the more of an industrial base you build up, the stronger you're going to make the industrialists and so on.
Yeah, smaller countries especially can do very well with an export-focused, specialized economy.
Absolutely.
But that's also kind of putting your eggs in one basket, because if that particular trade route just doesn't work anymore, then you've got some problems. Let's take a look at this higher learning. So I think personally that society should be ruled by philosopher kings.
What's our other options here? Let's show.
Do we even need to look at other options? We have philosopher kings.
Just for the sake of screen. I'm not saying we're not going to pick the philosopher. So we can get some progress, or we can get some progress on medical degrees, right?
Right.
No, but we should have
We want philosopher kings.
We want philosopher emperors.
Yes, we absolutely do. Yeah, that'll make our universities more effective, and it will also mean that our academics are more politically powerful, which is exactly what we want. Yeah, our intelligence here should certainly be feeling a boost here quite soon. And that
I
is
wish we could
holding.
make them happier, because they're kind of... Oh no, they're not. They
They're
don't
not as
hate
bad
us
these
anymore,
days.
so they're not messing up our prestige anymore, which means we're actually a major power now. Well, unrecognized major power, so that's nice. That actually means we have another declare interest to do, I think.
Don't
No,
think
we
so.
don't, because we're isolationist.
Yes.
Damn it.
Yeah, once again, isolationism and traditionalism.
Isolationism!
Yeah. Isolationism, traditionalism, and the shogunate, I think, are the villains of this piece.
Yes.
Yeah, it sounds like pacifist,
The
pacifist
shogun.
isolationists. Sounds like a great combo.
Japan just wants to be left alone and make anime.
Oh, Portugal's having a bit of an issue down there with the aristocratic revolt. Yeah, and we got a notification about that because we share an interest with Portugal down there.
Precisely. There is no great... What state is that? I just want to know.
Which one? Of
The
this?
one they took.
This
British
is
guys, though, I'm sure I butchered that. It's not real and cannot hurt you. That is my official stance. Now we should stop looking at it.
Yeah, it's not real and it has 39% radical.
I suspect there's gonna be a secession movement there eventually.
Yeah.
I also don't think they'll be able to reach it, so it should probably just affect back to China eventually.
I hope so, anyway. Right, we are expanding our industries here. Let's see how these iron mines are going. I think we may have overdone it. Oh, no. Okay, now it's very, very expensive again.
Oh, it's because the employment is bouncing around.
Yeah, they have no laborers. Right.
We should activate some better construction methods. That way we can use more iron.
Right, where should we do that?
Do we have multiple construction industries now, or do we still have?
Oh, I think we
one?
do. I think we have one. Chubu has
Let's
one.
activate it.
So if we activate this, that should definitely generate a lot more demand.
And we can
There
also
go.
activate it on all our sawmills to help with our wood shortage.
Ah, yes, you're right. Let's do that. Oh, wrong tab. We are going to rural, and then the logging camps are right here, and
Let's give them
sawmills.
all saws.
Yes, right. That should hopefully generate a lot more demand for iron.
Yes, and we can keep an eye on this
There we go. That's much better.
in the monthly price report as well. Like right now, we're a bit too busy talking and looking at chat and so on, but as you've probably noticed, you get a little concise report of price changes every month, which is
Oh, there it is.
super useful.
Yeah, tools are much more expensive. Iron is really expensive. Oil is slightly cheaper somehow.
Yeah, I mean oil. We have some whaling industries.
We do.
We have some pops buying oil, but it's not very profitable at the moment.
Yeah, whaling stations are not doing so well. There's not really a lot of use for oil, and we don't
But
need
they
that much
produce some
meat.
meat.
They make some meat, yeah.
Will Mount Fuji ever erupt? I wonder. It's been smoking very ominously for quite some time now.
Oh no!
The Mount Fuji? We definitely have volcanic eruptions in the game. I am not 100% sure if Japan can be a target for that, but it's a thing that is in the game. So, this devout man, what's his ideology? He's an abolitionist, so he's anti-serfdom, which is actually very useful. for us.
We want to keep him.
Yeah.
So you know what? We don't care about this affair. Go ahead and keep having affairs as long as you want to get rid of the serfs. You can even have affairs with serfs.
Can you encourage oil consumption so pops use less wood for heating?
There is no direct way to do that right now. You can encourage it by basically having more oil in the market. But right now, there's just a lot of like alternatives, and oil is only available in small quantities, so they're not buying a lot of it.
It seems like we could definitely use more tools now, actually.
Yes,
Yeah, let's make some more.
because the tooling industries are fully employed, right?
Let's take a look at our tooling industries. They are here. Yeah, we only have one of them. It's fully employed, and the price is high. Maybe
Let's go ahead and
two more.
improve that.
We have a request from a production booth as well. There are some requests that they want to see the little notifications in the bottom right corner, which is currently hidden by Martin.
Oh.
I don't know if it's...
Oh, right. We're talking
Oh,
about the
so
price
we-
report, and I was
right.
covering it up.
Oh dear.
Can we move us to the other side of the screen or something?
We'll see if production can notify us. They're in some kind of heated discussion.
You go. You go figure out what's going on there.
Yep, now we got the attention. Like we have a request to see the bottom right corner of the screen a little, because there's notifications there that we were talking about, but they were hidden behind Martin.
Yes. So you picked the atmospheric engine.
Yes, I did, and that can improve our mines.
Do we have coal?
Do we have coal? We don't. I don't.
Do
think
we
we're
have any
producing
potential
right
for
now.
coal?
We absolutely have potential for coal. Yes, we have that potential in
Yeah,
Kyushu.
Kyushu and Hokkaido.
Oh yes, and Hokkaido up there
Good,
as well.
because that's gonna be needed for the atmospheric engine.
Yes.
I think we have some new production methods for our factories as well.
Oh, let's see. Oh, we could use. Ah, yes, there's loads.
More
yes.
tools. Well, right now
That would be a good idea, I think.
it would actually be, as long as we don't get a tool shortage. But it doesn't say we will, so
Well, even if we do, we're building more tools.
cool. Go ahead. And I think we don't have lead, so
Yeah,
no leaded
do
glass.
we have any lead in Japan at
Our
all?
poor pops will just have to not to drink lead. Which
This
I
is
think
an option for later, though. We do have plenty of lead in Japan.
Mhm.
Lots of lead in Japan.
Cool. But I think we also had something new for dye workshops. And then the question, like, textile mills can probably have dye workshops now. I don't think we had dye, but I'm
Ooh.
fairly certain. Oh,
No, we have dye. We're already
Awesome.
making it, and it's cheap.
Now we're finding out what's actually really nice about Japan. It's
Yeah.
because this is one of the issues you can have as a European power if you don't have colonies, is there's quite a few plantation goods, like dye and silk and so on, that you have to import or grab colonies for, whereas we just have it.
Mhm.
So we are really good for building up a consumer industry, limited potential for heavy industry, but it's still there.
Another advantage of dye workshops is that it allows us, well, it forces us to
Ah.
switch our production methods
Now
to
we
privately
get
owned,
capitalists.
and we have capitalists. Yes. That hopefully will make the industrialists slightly more powerful.
Well, I don't think it's gonna be enough,
No.
especially not with traditionalism being one of the problems is we just have so many laws stacking power for the aristocracy right now.
Exactly.
So we're gonna have to do some political reform if... Yeah, it's kind of a...
50% from serfdom, another 25% from monarchy. Aristocrats get power from autocracy, which
Hereditary
indirectly-
bureaucrats.
Hereditary bureaucrats as
Yeah.
well. Peasant levies. Local police force. We have every
So
single
here's
law.
a question.
that
Could
does
we
this.
reform our army?
Oh, very possibly.
Guess...
Yes, we
Oh!
could. The samurai would endorse
Yes,
this.
because I was thinking the samurai will not... rather, the shogunate isn't gonna care because the leader is a pacifist,
Mhm.
I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
And pacifists actually prefer models where you don't conscript a lot of poor people.
Precisely, yeah. They would actually endorse national militia, which I don't think is the way that we want to go right now.
It would be interesting for a full, like, stay in Japan run, but not so good for expanding, because national militia sharply limits the size of your barracks,
Yep.
but gives you a massive pool of conscripts. It's basically the Switzerland army model.
Yeah, in fact, the USA begins with
Yep.
with that model, so it needs to reform into a professional army if it wants to have a more aggressive colonial empire.
Well, no, they can still be aggressive, it's just that they have to raise a lot of conscripts, which
Yeah.
make their wars very expensive unless they can build up a war industry.
Yeah, and it takes quite a while to mobilize conscripts as well, especially with large numbers of them.
I think we need to appease the crowd a little bit. We get a lot of requests to see the journal.
The journal.
Mhm.
Okay, sure. What do we have in here? So we can expand the whaling industry. We can start becoming liberal. Or we can look at urbanizing the Japanese shogunate.
Let's
I
see
think
if we-
we're very far away from completing this one.
What about the path to liberalism? Because that does mesh with our requirements.
It does, doesn't it?
Let's pin it for now.
Sure.
I think it's also the whaling industry is very Japanese.
It is, isn't it? And I don't think it would be very difficult to
No.
complete it. Although we would have to ensure that the whaling industries are profitable, and that might be a little harder.
I think they're making a profit because meat is was fairly expensive.
Let's take a look. That's in rural, I think. Yes. No.
Oh, well, yeah, the productivity is. Part of the problem is that clippers is expensive also.
Yes, yeah.
So we're gonna have to improve our clipper industries. Let's put that one on the back burner, but let's try and do it.
Oh, we need to put some stuff in our construction queue as well. How are
But-
these doing? Oh, these tools workshops are doing very well. I don't think we need to have any more than the one that we've queued up. What about the iron mines over here? How are they doing? They could be cheaper. Let's have one more over there.
Tell you what, why don't we put the iron mines and the tooling workshops on auto expand?
That is an excellent idea, actually.
So that this stuff handles itself.
Yeah. I think
Because
that's
now,
good.
once their cash reserves are full and they're being profitable, they would just add themselves to the construction queue.
Oh no, the general died. Thankfully, it was a petty.
Yeah, the general we don't like.
Yes, the one that we do like, the romantic explorer, is
Can we
alive
see?
and well.
Can we check our other options for generals right now? We might even
Sure.
have someone from like the armed forces or something.
Oh, we have one from the
because we
samurai.
want to boost the samurai. So let's do that. And
Right, let's promote him a little. Do we need to promote him twice, or is just once enough?
let's promote him twice and give them half the army each.
Right, there we go, 53, 52.
And this will also really help us if we're going to fight the shogunate at some point, because we're not like promoting shogunate commanders, which would cause a lot of issues if we're going to end up fighting the shogunate.
Yes, although also worth noting, later on down the Meiji Restoration path, you also do need to retire the samurai and reform them into a more professional fighting force.
But for now, they're useful.
yes,
They're useful idiots.
they are useful idiots.
Yep, I see here in the chat that it's not only me hearing those Discord notifications. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so apologies for the Discord notifications. They will be sorted out.
Mandatory service.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have unlocked National Militia, Enlistment Effort, and Line Infantry. Well, no, we have not unlocked. It leads to Line Infantry, rather.
Yes.
So we could be National Militia now, but we really don't. We're happy with the professional army. Our success on that is not great, so let's hope this goes well.
Oh yes. Oh well, at least nothing bad is probably
No,
going to happen,
we
but
might.
it's going to be a slow process.
Well, if the debates go badly, we might end up dropping into 0. But
yes.
you know, let's hope, and then have our hopes dashed.
Okay. Opposition members put forth demands. Ah, the peasants might help us out here. Right. Oh, the samurai could get quite annoyed, but that is a pretty
Well,
good boost.
but aren't the samurai very happy because we're changing to a professional army right now?
That is a good point, yes. Let's have a look. Yeah, they're very loyal. I think it's fine.
They will deal with it.
Yep.
Perfect. That really boosts our chance of success now.
That helped a lot, yes. Yeah, 23% chance of success.
Cool.
Oh, we're not building anything either. I guess automatic construction has not determined that we need more of
It's
tools.
probably that they haven't filled their cash reserves yet.
Yeah, they haven't, and also I think one more would probably make it unprofitable.
Cool.
Anyway.
So,
What do we need to build?
yeah, what do we want to build here? I think there's a lot of things we could be building.
Yeah, there's so many options here. Well, we could always build more consumer goods, yeah?
I would even say put those on auto expand as well, for the time being.
Yeah, that's probably worthwhile.
Because right now we're doing really well on the economy side of things. I also think we could use with some more clippers, honestly.
Yeah,
We
you're
probably don't
right.
want to auto expand that, but let's give it
Just one more.
an expansion or two.
I think one should do it, since we only have 2, I think, in the entire country.
We could also get some leaded glass if we had a little lead mine. So
Oh, yes, we could. Let's see. We can get lead mines right down here, so let's do that. Maybe 2 for now.
where is our main mining hub? Is it in the same state as our...
I think they're kind of distributed around.
Mhm.
So we have our iron mines in Kanto, and we have or is that the only mines we have?
Yeah, let's promote the mining industries in Kanto if we're not already promoting the manufacturing industries there.
Let's see. Oh, no, we're not. So let's do that. So we want resource industries, which will also affect our logging camps.
Mhm.
And logging camps are doing rather well, and they're also a capitalist-owned industry since
Yes,
they're
we're
using
starting to get
sawmills.
a little budding private economy here. It's still a baby, but it's growing.
Yeah, we're experiencing the first rise of Japanese capitalism.
We got some widespread concern in the chat about the slightly decreasing population of Japan. Do you have an explanation to why our population seems
It's
to be
flat.
It's pretty flat,
It
yeah.
was 30.8 a little bit ago. Yeah, you see, it's slowly shrinking. It's
Yeah.
been doing that for a while.
I mean,
It
the
is.
Japanese population grew a lot between 1836 and 1936, but to my knowledge, population growth was relatively stagnant at the start of the era, and then really kicked off with a whole bunch of different reform packages. I am paraphrasing this from my head, so I might not be totally right about this.
That sounds about right to me.
And I do think
feudal economies in general tend not to have
Yeah.
a lot of population growth.
And I do think the population growth is a bit low in general in the world right now. We don't really end up... This is something we're aware of and looking at, but it's not like a massive population crash. It really comes down to standard of living, like, because we want to get our standard of living up.
Yeah,
If we
things
can
aren't so
get
good
up-
right now.
You know what we could be doing?
What could we be doing?
We could be trying to make more people literate, so that they support more
yes.
progressive... But we can't actually expand it right now, because we don't have the tech for it.
So we would need for that empiricism. Yes, empiricism would help.
Yes.
Yeah, that could be our next tech.
Let's
after
do that. Let's
abstract
put some
industry.
effort into social techs after this, because I think right now we're doing good on expanding our economy, but we're starting to fall behind on the social side of things.
Yes, I think we are.
Oh, and our number of radicals actually decreasing, I think,
Oh.
as a result of growing the economy. Let's
Nice.
hover over the number inside and see the reasons.
So we can see that a lot of people. Well,
Okay,
People
so
are dying.
It's mostly just it's mostly just that angry old people are dying off by being old. So excellent.
yes. See, population decline is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, the population decline is small. This is just a natural thing. It's like, if you had a bunch of people who became radical, and there's not continuing to grow, then eventually all of those people will die off. Because, you know, people die of old age. Here's facts you learn on Victoria streams.
This is an educational program. Oh, almost there, and backroom dealings, eh? Oh, this doesn't sound good. It seems like the samurai who are supporting this law are quite corrupt.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Both of these options are pretty negative. Losing 5% bureaucracy will
Yeah,
hurt us.
I would rather take the bureaucracy hits right now, and more enactment success chance. So let's go for that.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. That has still us back. But it's still looking...
Oh,
no, we have a big stall chance now.
Oh no! Has our pacifist leader died?
I think he died. He's a slaver now.
Wow, that's a bug.
Yeah, that is a bug, yeah.
Okay, let's take stock of this. Okay, I think we need to abandon our efforts to pass professional... Or let's see if we can succeed. But there is a good chance that this is gonna go down to 0.
Yes,
And if
yeah,
we go
that
down to
stall
0,
chance is not good.
But here's the advantage. Now we can pass colonialism.
Ah,
So,
yes, you're right. Who
If
would
we get
support that?
professional army, great. If we don't get it, then we redirect our efforts towards colonizing.
That sounds sensible to me, because now only the peasants would oppose that law. Yes. These,
And no, we
this
will not.
shogunate is
We will not be
helping.
implementing slavery.
No, we absolutely do not want slavery. Although it would be pretty easy to pass. Yeah.
Well, no, really. There's a lot of people that oppose it as well.
Okay, fine.
It's
it
actually
would
gonna,
radicalize.
yeah, it's
most of
actually gonna
society.
absolutely cause a civil war.
Right.
100%.
Yeah.
Because people tend to have strong opinions on slavery for some reason.
It's almost like people don't want to be enslaved. I tried that in Australia once. It caused, I think, 3 civil wars, one after another. People really don't like being enslaved.
Strange that.
It's very weird.
I mean, why not? It's,
For one thing, it tends to decrease your standard of living.
yeah, I mean, like, it's to me, it's like it's lack of enlightenment.
Ooh, silk is very expensive now.
Oh, so it is. Yeah, we've been using
Let's build a few more
yeah,
silk
that's right.
plantations, even if it
Where
even
are
if it
our
boots
silk
them.
plantations?
You can always use the lens.
Yeah, we could.
That's
always use
usually
lands.
what I do when.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Silk plantations. Where are they? There's some over here. So let's build another.
Yeah,
two over
let's
there.
throw a few more out in Kansai.
We could also auto expand that really.
Yeah, I think this makes sense.
Yeah. Let's do it this way instead. 'Cause whenever silk gets expensive, we're just gonna want to press the button anyway. So yeah.
Are we not gonna have any dealings with Britain soon? Because I'm waiting here to LARP some British.
Man, so let's see. Actually, let's see what Britain thinks of us.
Yeah.
Because
okay.
you know,
They're-
interesting. They
they're
actually
doing okay.
like us.
They like us.
So we might actually want to pursue a closer relationship with them, because one advantage is, if we really befriend Britain, then we could intentionally trigger a civil war with the shogunate and try to pull Britain in, and have them help us reform our country by beating up the shogunate.
Yes, I think that would be a good idea. Yeah, civil wars are a lot easier if you can get someone from the outside to help you out.
So yeah, so let's see. Would they accept anything with us right now? I'm guessing they will not accept a defensive pact or something like that. We unfortunately can't do a trade agreement.
Yeah.
No.
So now when you're dealing with the Brits, then I do this like then you need to eat off-brand Jaffa cakes like in true British fashion.
Yeah. So one way that we could encourage, well, one way that is theoretically possible to make Britain like us more is to have a closer trading relationship with them, which is impossible for us since
Because
we
we
have
can't trade.
isolationism, and we cannot trade.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to expand
I
our
think we have
relations anymore.
Improve relations as much as we can with them, though.
We have.
So we can stop
yeah.
improving relations with them and
Russia too.
Russia now.
Right. What do we do with all this surplus influence?
I mean, well, yes,
China?
get infamy decay. That'll help us.
Yeah, we have so much infamy right now.
Can we do anything?
Oh, China does not like us.
Well, that's on them.
It is on them.
I don't think anything. I don't think China is something we should be really worrying about right now,
No.
unless we're looking to expand, which we're not doing right now.
Ooh, the Kazakhs are rising up.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
But what about Russia? What does Russia think of us?
Let's see. Russia. They
They're
are.
cautious.
Yeah, they're a little more neutral about us. Relations are good, but they don't particularly like us from a diplomatic point of view.
Here's a crazy idea.
Yep.
Could we bankroll Britain?
Bankroll Britain as Japan. Well, that is a crazy idea. I'll give you that.
There's an interesting development in Denmark there, I'd say.
Oh no, we.
Oh.
Okay.
Yep, that is the ideal Denmark.
Ah.
Prussia, I think your priorities are mildly confused here.
I
You should
disagree.
probably have taken Schleswig-Holstein and not. I
No.
see.
The annexation of Denmark
Yes.
should be the top priority for any nation. But yeah, we cannot start bankrolling
We don't
because
have
we haven't invented banks.
But hold on,
You can't bankroll someone without a bank.
that is true. But the cost. So
That would be expensive.
it would be expensive, but if you look at what it does down there,
Oh, we could get an obligation. Right.
we could bribe, basically Britain. We could bribe Britain in the hopes that Britain would get an obligation, which we could use to pull them into a civil war.
Yeah, so that would only be relevant if,
If they have an interest.
They have an
in us,
interest,
which they don't.
we could do that with Russia, perhaps, but they're
Yeah.
less disposed towards us.
Still, if we have an obligation, they will almost certainly support us.
Yeah,
But we'll need central banking for that.
we will.
Let's keep that crazy idea in mind.
It is a pretty crazy idea.
It's
I don't know how we would afford this. What is your economic plan to make this viable? Is it tax grain? That's the only way that it would work, I think.
build more construction sectors.
That seems like the opposite of help.
No, listen, I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just saying it's an idea.
It is an idea, I will give you that. It's bold and innovative. Just not good.
All right.
Alright, we've got those lead mines going up now. I think that
Yes.
means that we should probably switch our production methods in our glass
Mhm.
manufacturers.
I do have another idea.
Okay.
What if we started building up our army
Mm-hmm.
and then beating up China for war operations?
That would get us a lot of money, yes. Do they still have their terrible opium modifier? They have the ban. They have. No,
It's
they
gone,
don't.
but
No.
but here's the thing: not right now, because our army is also awful. But let's start getting some. And we have some priorities out of it, the research. But let's start actually modernizing our army.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I think that should also increase the power of the samurai as well. Okay, so what could we do here? We could start making cannons. That would be an
In which
idea.
case, we need to build artillery, and we could.
Yeah,
We
and
don't.
if we're going to do that, then we might as well switch to line infantry as well, which
Absolutely.
takes 12 small arms,
So
also produced by the same
let's
building.
go ahead and research line infantry soon, and start modernizing up our army.
We could do that right now. In fact, we're already getting tech spread for it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And that would also, that would give us line infantry in both barracks and conscription centers.
And we have gunsmithing, so we should be an artillery. So let's build up some military industries in the meanwhile.
Yes, let's build it. Let's build it in the capital. Why not? How are we doing for infrastructure? We're fine. Arms industries. There we go. Yes.
People are a bit concerned about the success chance there of your professional army law pass.
Oh, it's not good.
Oh,
We must
okay.
have stalled. Yeah, I think we stalled.
Yeah, we got a notification about that. This is kind of the downside of playing on stream. There's a lot going on at once. But let's cancel this. We're not going to succeed.
Right, let's have a look at colonization, though.
Yes.
Because that might actually work this time. Right, so we could do resettlement, or we could do exploitation.
Exploitation has more support.
Exploitation would radicalize the peasants, though.
Yeah, but they're not strong enough to cause a civil war on their own.
In fact, both of them would, so, you know, whatever.
Screw it.
Yep. Let's hope they're not strong enough to cause a civil war on their own. When has a peasant revolt ever disrupted a nation?
Not even once.
No, I can't think of a single example. Oh, we're having a bureaucratic shortfall. Are we expanding an institution? Oh yes, of course we are, because we're enacting the law.
But yeah, so the thing with beating up China for money is we're really going to have to focus on a small and very efficient army. Because if we mobilize the entire army of Japan, that's going to cost way more than we will ever get of war operations. So we'll really need a good army for it. We will need to be able to easily beat them up with just a small expeditionary force. I'm basically thinking something like... So the thing with war operations is, in order for that war goal to progress, you just have to occupy some part of China. So we could basically land an expeditionary force in Taiwan and just go, hey, give us money or we won't leave Taiwan.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the strategy we could employ there would be to, you know, get one of the states and then switch to a defensive strategy and just hold it until they surrender.
Looks like there's a lot of angry Japanese people right now.
Yeah, it seems like those peasants might just be a little angry.
But, let's see, what's their maximum? 58, right?
Yeah, but they're at their maximum.
So, the reason that this can't actually progress to 100 is because they have a political movement to preserve no colonial affairs, but they don't have enough radicalism because the peasants aren't strong enough. This can change, but right now, if we just manage to pass the law before this movement grows in strength, we should be able to not have a civil war. Let's hope.
Yes. We were talking about getting a new society tag, right? Do you remember which one it was?
Empiricism.
Empiricism.
When
right.
we want more education.
Yes.
That sounds like it probably went down well in real life history, that phrase, like the peasants are not strong enough to revolt.
Well, they're not radical enough to revolt.
Yet. They're pretty radical, though.
But they are going to get more radical because pops in a movement that is like an active movement that isn't getting their demands fulfilled actively grow more radical. So the revolution will grow in strength over time. So we're basically rolling the dice that we will be able to pass this law before the revolution gets too strong, and then also let things cool off a while.
Our success chance is not extremely high.
No, it's not. Like, this might also fail. But, hey, we gotta try something. And it is honestly, you know, passing a law in this game isn't just like, oh, I'm gonna pass this law, now I pass this law. You're gonna have to take chances. Like, sometimes it's a sure thing, but fairly often, especially when you're trying to reform a country like Japan, you're gonna have to roll the dice on what you can change if you can't build up support for it. Oh, hey, our industrialists are here.
Yeah, they're finally not marginalized anymore. A significant interest group.
Can we promote them?
Yes, we can.
Can we stop promoting the peasants?
Oh, right.
or are we still?
No,
we don't.
Okay,
we're not promoting the peasants, right? No.
Right. Let's bolster these industrialists.
Let's stop bolstering the petite bourgeoisie because they're not.
It's not helping.
Not helping. Our urban class is just too weak right now.
Yes, but we are starting to get some capitalists at least.
I think we also wanted to empower the samurai, right?
We probably do, and we have plenty of authority.
Yeah, this is the one nice thing about isolationism. It gives you a ton of authority.
It does. So does censorship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which actually directly...
basically, because our country is so unbelievably backwards, we also have all the authority to play around with.
Yes, we do. We're probably going to want to build more government administration since we are going to be expanding our education and also colonialism.
I also think we have a shortage going on in our...
Oh, we have a hardwood shortage.
We need to switch some of our... Oh, because we started building... Yeah, right. We are actually using hardwood now. Well, we actually been using it before, but...
yeah, we were using it in some places before. So we could switch to this one over, perhaps.
Yeah, I think so. Hopefully that should be enough.
It would make it unprofitable. Maybe this one. Yeah, that's more like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's only relatively unprofitable.
Yeah, this is fine. This is a perfectly respectable balance. Yeah, I think doing that on a higher level logging camp would be less optimal though.
Perfect.
Yeah. Revolution is slowly growing. And it's going down, actually. Very slightly.
Nice.
Right, yes, there's
Oh, I think that's because the peasants lost power relative to the other groups we boosted.
Ah, that would make sense, yes.
What is that notification next to the fist? The red book with the pencil.
That is bureaucratic shortfall, yes. That's telling us that because we are enacting colonial exploitation, we are not going to have enough bureaucracy once that passes. Well,
Yeah,
if that passes.
We're going to end up with a deficit, which, is fixable. But it's still a thing.
Yeah. So, this movement to preserve no colonial affairs is concerned that cheap colonial labor will be used to make their jobs obsolete. They aren't wrong.
No, they're just wrong to complain about it.
Precisely, you get it. Right. Oh, this is quite negative. Oh dear. I'm thinking that the first option might be the way to go.
I mean, we're not actually growing any colonies right now.
Yes,
so
exactly. I think this is fine. It reduces... it's still going to be a 0% chance.
No, it didn't reduce the chance. It just reduces the time. It just
well,
made
that's
it
fine,
take longer.
Yep, that's not so bad.
So it wasn't that bad an event.
I think the second option would have been pretty awful for us, but the first was okay. Ah, we're building the arms industry. Yeah, I've set that preemptively to make cannons, since we're going to be wanting both of those.
And once that's done, we can start switching over. Like, how many level of barracks do we have in a country? Like, a lot, I think.
105. That's a lot.
Yes. So let's have a peek at one of those barracks to figure out how many arms we're actually going to need.
Well, just in here we'd need 15.
Yeah, do the per level values at the bottom of that tooltip.
There we go.
So that's... We need...
It's only one per level, that's not so bad.
It's only one per level, and then we'll need one artillery per level, I think. So
yes.
We'll need to produce about 100... Yeah,
yep.
About 100... Oh, 0.5.
Only half per level. Huh.
Okay. No, you're right, because that's cannon artillery.
Yes.
Mobile artillery is a whole gun. Right, so we'll need... How much did the factory produce again? Doing some math here.
Oh, let's have a look.
Mathing.
So each level produces... Oh, I'm not sure actually.
Yeah, that's... If you look at the per level values again, it's a little unhelpful with buildings that are under construction, because it tends to show you the current situation.
Yeah, exactly. Tooltips. Okay, there we go. Ah, there we go. 25 per level.
So we'll need 4 levels of
Yes.
arms industries. We might as well build that straight away.
Yeah, it's probably going to end up with the price of artillery being very cheap, which is good.
I really wish we wouldn't have traditionalism so we could subsidize things.
That would help a lot.
Because isolationism is actually kind of manageable if you can subsidize things. Like, you can run a lot of subsidized local industries. It's really the combination.
What if we switch these over to line industry and cannon artillery just to get it started?
There's embargoes going on.
Oh, so there are. What's going on here? Persia,
Oh, okay, they're not saying who's embargoing that.
Yeah, it's
Oh boy,
Persia. It's Persia embargoing its own revolts.
Russia started to cut down to size diplomatic play against Prussia.
Oh, that's an exciting one. That would be here. There we go. All right. Yeah, and who's in this? Currently, it's just Russia and Prussia, but
so
it looks like a lot of people are
So this is
towards
the special
Russia.
diplomatic play because Prussia went over 100 infamy, which is probably from the German journal entries plus eating Denmark.
Right.
Which they did apparently.
I don't think they should get infamy from eating Denmark at all.
No, that's true. They should get negative infamy for eating Denmark, but you know, such is the way of things. So what's going to happen in the diplomatic play is because they've gone over 100 infamy, all the great powers are invited to join. And if they beat up Prussia, Prussia will be forced to release everything they conquered in the last 10 years.
And they're getting a lot of support. They've got the Dutch, they've got Hamburg, Bremen, Spain is in. The East India Company has joined.
They might let this go to war. I think if the new diplomatic play AI would be in, they would almost certainly be folding, because, Jesus, that's a lot of troops.
Yeah, Russia, Spain, East India Company, France, that's a lot of... Oh, Austria's joined too. Yeah, they're not going to win this one if that goes to war.
I think it's a combination of... Prussia didn't take 100 infamy from Denmark, but it took a lot, and then they got those events that give infamy for eating German miners, and then it put them over 100.
When you say German miners... the pickaxes or the children?
All of it.
I'm pretty sure
they ate the children, they ate the miners.
So Denmark kind of evacuated up into the north Atlantic, did they?
Yes, Denmark now consists primarily of Iceland and Greenland.
Yeah, and then they have two subjects, Schleswig and Holstein, which Prussia in their galaxy brain did not decide to take.
Personal union.
I definitely think something is bugged with the AI Conquest War goal selection now.
I think the AI has gone sentient and
AI has gone-
it's doing a big brain play that we in our simple minds cannot comprehend.
Of course.
Let's not forget the Danish West Indies, extremely
Yeah,
relevant.
where is their actual capital?
I am not sure where their capital is. Is there some way to zoom to the capital?
If you look at this one.
Ah, yes, zoom. There we go. Oh.
Oh no. No, that is not a good. That is not a good choice for capital, Denmark.
Right.
This is a very cursed Denmark.
I feel that this is very much in line with reality. I hope this is not going to be changed in any way.
Okay.
So, ethics.
Yes.
Do we believe in ethics?
No.
No, we don't.
Absolutely
do we?
not.
Colonial exploitation, I think, is morally correct, right?
Yeah, I think so. What does the other option do?
It seems like we would have a lesser chance of the good outcomes.
It's just the second one is safer, but the second one is almost certainly going to give us something.
Yeah.
Let's actually compromise on this one.
Okay, fine. We'll concede a little. Oh, intelligentsia. They want demand. They have demands. What do they want? Well, I think they make a very strong case, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think so too. Perfect.
What did they want?
Well, they just
Power.
wanted to be legitimizing the government.
Yeah.
They just want people to pay attention to them.
They wanted Senpai to notice.
Yes. And we have noticed. We're even boosting them. Speaking of, who would oppose? Yeah, we're getting there in terms of support for abolishing serfdom. It's happening. The only downside is that it would radicalize the samurai in this case.
Oh, right. We can't actually get rid of traditionalism until we abolish serfdom.
Hmm.
That's another wrinkle.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, and the samurai specifically like serfdom because they have this unique bakufu
So, okay.
ideology. They really like serfdom.
Okay, well, one law at a time. One law at a time.
Yep. I think colonial exploitation is doing okay. It could pass.
We need to get so many notifications so they rise up above Martin.
I guess we couldn't move me.
Yeah, the thing is, like, every time when we hide you guys, and like the notifications stop, there are no notifications at all. Oh, there they are. Market changes.
There we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
now we're just fading in and out of existence. Perfect. That's how I like to live my life.
Yeah. We can see here that the prices of small arms and artillery are reducing to stable levels, but it's going to take... Oh, no, there we go. The input goods shortages have worn off. Excellent.
Good.
Alright, we are slowly modernizing our army, and we can do even more of that once we have additional arms.
Yeah, I
boxes.
think for our next tech we should be getting mobile artillery as well, so we can have a good balance between small arms and
We
artillery.
are almost done. There we go, empiricism.
Okay, let's learn Napoleonic things.
Yes. First we need to find out who this Napoleon guy was.
I think he, like, rode a horse or something.
Yeah, I think he had one very strange leg, right?
Yes, a very very long leg and a very large horse. That's why he's famous.
If you don't get this joke, don't worry.
If you do get this joke, also worry.
It means you've been playing Paradox games for too long.
Let's have a look at Prussia.
Yeah, there's some people
Oh.
are interested in what's happening.
Wait, are
Jesus.
they winning?
The
They're not winning. But they've expanded quite well into Russia
What?
there.
heck? Who are they fighting?
Everyone. The Dutch, the East India Company, Spain, France, Russia, Sweden, and the UK. Essentially everybody. I mean, they're not winning, but they are holding their own
Are they
better
being-
than you'd expect.
Are they being occupied by anyone?
I don't see any
There's
occupations.
some occupation in Denmark, but
Oh yes, yeah, down there. So yeah, Sweden has invaded Denmark. They are doing okay. I wonder what is making them so resilient. Do they have some amazing production methods down here? They even have goods shortages.
I suspect that they have probably called up every single conscript in the entire country, and now they're sort of burning their reserves, trying to get through this war.
Ah, yeah, because I imagine that Britain, for example, would not have raised.
No, like so. The thing is, the other countries is unlikely to have mobilized everything, because like usually the AI will only mobilize everything if they're basically in an existential war or a very like peer-to-peer conflict that will really, really hurt them. Otherwise, they will mobilize a more limited amount of troops. So it might be that the coalition kind of overestimated, or rather underestimated, how much they needed to mobilize to beat up Prussia. But I also think Prussia will start collapsing once those supply shortages kick in.
Australia also caught the attention of the chat here. What's happening down there?
Oh, that is the South Australian aristocratic revolt.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are there even any aristocrats who can revolt in South Australia?
Let's find out. They must have some. Yes, they have 377.
Alright.
There we go. These guys very angry. They're impoverished. You can see why they're angry. They work on wheat farms. These wheat farms even, which are not making very much money at all.
Jesus. That's...
Well, I guess they're not really part of a very big market.
Well, yeah, it's probably because they are in that revolt, but...
Yeah. Yeah,
this is interesting.
This is just the uninhabitable outback.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good place for wheat farms at all.
No, it isn't.
Well, anyway. How's our law going? We're still at where we started, basically where we started.
Yeah. It's quite difficult to pass laws when, well, when the shogunate keeps getting in the way and no one supports them.
Is there any way we can build a legitimate government without the shogunate? Probably not, right?
Let's play around with it a little bit. I think the answer just from that is no.
No, but these are our two other strongest. No,
yeah.
This is hopeless.
No, this is quite hopeless. Yes.
But we have weakened them a bit, a smidge.
We could get a little more legitimacy by kicking the monks out, but that would cause more radicals.
It's not a lot of radicals.
It's not a lot of radicals.
It'll probably make the monks a bit miffed, but they're happy right now, right?
Yeah, they're doing.
But what do we lose though? Because they will stop giving us their good trait.
Ah, that's right. Yes, divine right, 10% authority.
We can live without the authority. Yeah. Let's do it.
I think we'd end up getting more impact on enactment time from having more legitimacy anyway.
Exactly.
So there's a trade-off there, but I think it's one where we win out. How's our GDP? It's going up.
It's definitely going up.
Yes, I like it when numbers go up on the graphs.
We also don't have a lot of constructions queued.
We don't, do we? Huh. Even with our automatic construction, I guess we're just done with all of those buildings.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about universities?
Oh, we could definitely use some more dye. I'm going to put that on auto-expand.
Good
we did build some universities. They are here, and they are using clerical educators, and we probably want them on secular academia instead.
We definitely do.
Yeah.
I would also say that maybe we want some universities in other places, at least if we're going to have factories there, because of the qualifications effect.
Oh, yes, 30% qualifications. That is quite significant. I'm thinking Kanto would be a good place for that.
Let's found Tokyo University for founding Tokyo. Well, you know, it's called Edo.
Yeah, same thing.
People are concerned with the loss of money, but we still have reserves. There's no worries.
Like, if we stopped building, we would be making a significant profit. So
we're not going to stop building now.
Yeah. No, it's and if people in chat were not aware, so the little bar under the money there shows that we are actually still we still have.
Yeah, we have quite a significant gold reserve still, which I said last time too, but this time is different because I say so.
This time maybe we'll try to keep an eye on that and raise some taxes.
The Japanese really like meat, apparently.
They do.
I wonder if we could expand the whaling industries now.
That might be viable, yes. Let's take a look at how they're doing. I assume they're rural. Let's close this.
And we have lost half a million in population since game start. It's starting to be a little bit worrisome, I'd say.
Yeah, it is very slowly going down, but it does add up. Yeah. Let's pin that journal entry now. Oh, we don't have it anymore. I guess we ran out of time.
No, we're not running out of time. We're just Oh, we ran out. Oh, we ran out of
for
whaling
whaling
industries.
industry. Yeah.
But we are getting a little notification that it's time for a break, I think.
Yeah.
Okay then. Break time.
Before the break, just one question from chat that might be interesting. What happens if you go bankrupt?
So what happens is, to begin with, you don't go bankrupt by going to maximum debt. You go into default. And being in default will give you a modifier which grows and hates you very, very, very much. It will reduce the throughput of all your buildings. It will completely wreck your country if you're in default for a long time. There's two ways to get into default. Either you fix your economy and make sure that you are making a positive, like, weekly balance by, you know, downsizing the government, cutting welfare, whatever. In which case you will go out of default, but you have a long way to climb. Or you declare bankruptcy, which will clear all your debts, nuke all the cash reserves in all your buildings, because that's what you're borrowing against, anger a lot of people, completely mess up your prestige, mess up your army, and make the AI very aggressively opportunistic towards you for a while. So you only have good choices at that point, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you can see here some of the more direct effects here. Yeah. Oh, state construction efficiency. That's harsh.
Yes, it is not meant to be fun to declare bankruptcy, as it turns out.
But yeah, I think we were going into a short break, and
Yep.
Yes,
we
we
will remedy the Discord notification sounds as well for all our enjoyment.
Wonderful.
So yeah, we'll be back in a little bit. Stay tuned for more Japan.
See you soon.
Bye.
Hello and welcome back.
We are back.
We're here being fancy. Bjorn Cam, I just want to keep talking as I keep being in this wonderful little pop-up screen on top. As you can see, Discord sounds should be gone. Martin and Daniel should no longer be covering the notifications, at least not the first 5. And yeah, we were in the middle of Japanese. I'm not even sure what we're doing anymore.
We're in the middle of not major restaurating, because every law we're trying to pass is failing. So we had a little discussion during the break, and we're going to have a changed strategy. We're going to provoke a civil war and crush the shogunate, or get crushed by the shogunate.
Yeah, I think this slow, gradual approach isn't really working out. That's the wrong one. Serfdom, yes, we want to abolish it. We need to change our government first, though, I think.
Yes, so
we're going to want the monks, we're going to want the intelligentsia, maybe the peasants as well.
But before we launch into civil war, we should make sure of a couple things. First, we should make sure our entire army is modernized. Sure, some of that will be on the side of the shogunate, but we want to make sure that we're not stuck with the bad troops and they have the good troops.
Yes, let's just change everything
and then sort it out, basically.
Sort it out.
Yes.
So
we should also save up some cash reserves.
Oh, that would probably be a good idea as well. So maybe if we want to save up cash reserves, is building new universities the right idea? I think
no, we're
not.
abandoning our... As the whaling station is going to have to wait, and let's slap on another sin tax. I think tobacco is gonna get taxed.
The greatest sin really is eating grain.
Well, we don't even have enough authority for that, so great.
I just got a big concern from the chat here. Are you aware that in the loading screen art, the smoke is not coming out of the... what do you say? It's coming out of the lantern box and not the funnel behind it. I feel that this is something that needs to be corrected. Like, it's a big issue here. I hope this will get fixed.
No, John, the smoke is coming out of Mount Fuji.
Oh!
Yeah, you can see it right there.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? There's no lantern box in Mount Fuji. At least not to the scale we can see.
So, yeah, this is as far as you can zoom in, and I didn't see it at all.
Yeah, it's been smoking for quite a few years now, I think.
We can hear some screaming in the background, too.
Yeah, I do as well. I think it might be all those radicals.
Okay. So yeah, we're refocusing.
Yes, we are.
And so here's the thing.
Ooh, this'll help.
It appears that Russia has diplomatically pulled back from Japan, probably because they're very busy in Europe right now. So we're actually gonna try and bring China in on our side, because yes, they might be weak, but there's a lot of them.
Exactly. Quantity over quality, I think, is what we're going to have to aim for here. Except domestically, where I think we are actually trying to improve our barracks, yes.
Our arms industries appear to be having a shortage of some kind.
They are. Let's have a look what's going wrong over here. Oh,
I'm guessing it's iron.
It is, in fact, iron. Hardwood as well is not doing so good.
Yeah, we are building more iron mines, but we might
even more iron mines.
Mm-hmm.
We would need coal.
We would need coal.
Yeah. I think if we keep adding to the list of things we need to do before the war, then
let's just keep. Let's stay focused on the goal.
Yes.
And we are improving relations with China, right? Yes, we are.
Yeah. Yes.
Let's see if they would. If there's anything. How do they feel about us? So we have an idea of that as well.
Let's have a look. They are cooperative.
Cool.
Nice.
That is good. And there's nothing we can really sign with them, right? They would not agree to a defensive pact.
I strongly doubt it. Defensive pact? No, they're not interested.
Yeah, it's not...
It's possible for the future, but I don't think we're going to get it before the war.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm guessing bankrolling them would be expensive. I mean, we don't even have central banking, but yes.
We actually did, where we got it through tech spread.
No, we don't. We didn't. We actually just got banking.
Oh, right, of course.
We need central banking. We need even more banking.
Yeah, we got regular banking. Okay.
We have regular banking, but what about central banking? Yeah, maybe we should get a Miltech or something.
We probably should, yes.
Actually, central banking will also give us more money.
Oh, it will increase minting.
Let's just get central banking for
Money is nice, and it lets us bankroll.
Because honestly, any military advance we will get will also just apply to the people we're fighting, so...
I can't say that I'm convinced by your bankrolling plan as of yet, though. I don't think we have 13k to spend on bankrolling China.
I was just curious, but I figured it would be quite expensive.
Yes, I think so.
And I'm guessing Britain also doesn't love us enough for any sort of...
No. They also don't care about Japan either.
No, but if we had a defensive pact, but that's not gonna... They're not gonna sign a defensive pact. Not without an obligation.
No.
I'm happy to see that Great Britain has sorted out their infamy level there.
Prussia won?
It seems at the very least it was a white piece, but oh wow, that's a lot of infamy.
Well, good.
But now they're fighting the United States over the Indian?
No, America is coming in late to the game to cut Prussia down to size.
Yep, coming in late to the game. It's what the US does.
All right, I think Prussia is really showing us up here.
They certainly are. They're doing exceptionally well with a strangely small army.
So, what is our plan now, you say?
So the plan now is to make our arms industries
need more hardwood.
vaguely good. We do need some more hardwood as well. Let's switch over another one of our logging camps, shall we? Let's say this one. Yeah, this one looks right.
Don't think that's gonna be enough.
Let's have a look.
I think
Yeah, they did it. 20%. It's good enough.
Let's switch one more.
Okay.
Arms industries tend to have a little bit of a razor-tight margin if you don't.
We're also building
them.
another one, so I guess we do need.
Yes.
More.
Honestly, I would say switch over all of them. I think they'll be fine. And we don't seem to be doing too badly on regular wood right now.
Yep. Well, that certainly worked.
Yeah.
The logging camps probably aren't very profitable right now, but that's not really our problem.
They can usually, like, if you have the good wood production methods, they can usually absorb the hits. Like, sure, the balance will go down a bit, but they've got good productivity.
It's okay. Not ideal, but I mean, we're heading to a civil war anyway,
Yes.
so I don't think it's our greatest concern. What might be a greater concern, though, I guess, is which states exactly will end up revolting, because if
we
we
don't
lose
know.
our arms industries...
I mean, we can see where are the shogunates strongest, besides, you know, everywhere.
Yeah, let's take a look at the Shogunate IG, and we can see... Oh, that...
Okay, so it's probably in the north center that's going to rebel. Not the capital, because we always get to control the capital.
That's good, because that's where the arms industries
we're
are.
probably going to have the south, and they're probably going to have the north, is my guess.
Bit of a downside here, because the north contains the iron mines, which are used to fund the arms industries, which are used in the barracks.
Yeah, we're most likely going to have to eat shortages while we do things. But the shortages take a while to get into effect, so as long as we can punch them out of the war, we should be okay. Should be.
So we're almost to...
Where are we building our mines right now? We're still building in the same place.
We are still building them there. Maybe let's move some of them down here, somewhere very safe. Oh, where?
Is there any?
Oh, yes,
okay.
down here. Right, let's do it here. We'll make a bunch of them down here.
So about over 500,000 Japanese people shortage and almost 5 million radicals. And a decreasing standard of living. Are you saying that you're happy with the state of the
reforms demand sacrifice?
Things couldn't possibly be going better.
Yeah, we are definitely burning some short-term goodwill and burning some short-term people, but it's all in the service of, God damn it, we want to have stronger Japan. So, you know,
it'll pay off eventually.
Got one question here. One question for the dev. Does the AI follow the historical chain of events? I think that Prussia and Denmark is kind of answering that question right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the AI will generally do certain historical things, like the United States of America will tend to push for the West Coast. Certain countries may come and try to open up Japan.
The Ottomans and Egypt are at each other's throats all the time.
Prussia will try to open up... Prussia will not try to open up. Prussia will try to form Germany.
Yep.
Usually
it's two Sicilies lately that's been forming Italy for me, but Italy does form.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting thing because two Sicilies historically was a lot stronger than Sardinia Piedmont in 1836. It's just that Sardinia Piedmont actively built up their country, and two Sicilies were kind of why work when you can drink wine? So, you know, we're not really necessarily simulating historical two Sicilies incompetence.
Yeah, I mean, look, they got that wine obsession, so yeah. Though I think the North Italians have that as well, actually.
Now Australia once more caught people's eye.
They do.
I wonder if there is there new development.
That's a new one. It's revolutionary Western Australia.
There's a lot of revolutions going on in Australia. I think in this
presidential dictatorship.
I think in this build we're playing, there's some wacky QA mentioned some wacky revolution bug, like Graupara would get a religious revolt immediately and so on. So I mean they're gone since a while ago.
Good.
So yeah, that or it's just Australians doing weird reforms, which would be very Australian.
It would, wouldn't it? Imagine if they tried to do debt slavery. That would be pretty absurd.
Okay. Do we need all of these iron mines? Because we are... Oh. Let's credit the industrialists. Let's definitely credit the industrialists. How are we looking on iron right now?
We have no tools.
Okay. And we should probably stop queuing up these iron mines.
Yes, we should. Let's build some tooling workshops, and we'll do it here because I think our tooling workshops are also.
At some point, we will have to stop building and have a civil war. I don't think you need 3 tooling workshops, honestly.
Well, we do if they all revolt over here.
Yeah, but we also need gold reserves, and they're not gonna have arms industries. I don't think, because our arms industries are in our capital.
I think we're gonna turn off auto expand.
Yes, we should definitely turn off the auto expand.
Yeah. To cancel it manually.
Yes. Oh, well, you can just click the button next to the construction queue, next to open the construction queue. I think you know that, but people tend to get distracted.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, it's fine.
Yep. Let's not expand the textile mills.
No. They're doing quite well.
But aren't our tooling workshops in the capital, though?
I don't remember where I put them. They're not there. No, I think we put them further north. Yes, we put them in Chubu, which I think
they're
might
doing
be
really poorly on money.
They are doing very poorly on money, yes.
What?
Why? Oh, now it's iron. Okay. I think we were kind of swinging back and forth between iron and...
Do we have low market taxes or something? Well, because we're not really paying attention to... No.
No, that's not it.
We're just really swinging wildly between the different things here.
We're almost run out of our gold reserves here.
Yeah. Let's cancel all the buildings and take stock here. What we actually need and what we need to launch a civil war. So, okay. Tools are okay price now. Iron is not. Iron is very expensive. I'm wondering how iron was so cheap. Strange. Are any of our iron mines still expanding? Still recruiting people?
Oh, actually, let's take a look then. So, buildings, rural, and iron mines. Right. No, they're full.
Okay. And what's our balance like in the market?
It's, well, it's doing not so good.
Yeah, so we'll need 2 more levels of iron mines to bring it to a decent level, which is what we cancelled, but I'm honestly not sure what happened there. So let's build these 2 and not expand the dye and silk ranches, which you're doing right now, because of auto expand.
Oh yeah, I'll just
auto expand is your friend until it's not anymore.
Exactly, yes. Can we do that on a mass level? Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that gets all of them.
Perfect. Now, let's just build these iron mines, and then we have burned all our gold reserves. Well, mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made, yes. Maybe we could get rid of this encourage resource industry here. Yeah. We could certainly use some more money. Do we want to just increase taxes? It will hurt.
Yeah, one of the biggest issues with increasing tax level is that it gives you more radicals from standard of living decreases. So it's kind of a compounding effect. You'll get more radicals, and you'll also get more radicals because you get more radicals. Yeah. That's why I tend to prefer using consumption taxes. So I would even say, we have the authority. While we have the authority, slap on consumption taxes.
Let's tax services.
Yes. Let's tax all the servants. If you have a servant, you pay a tax.
There are some questions, or some curiosity about what's developing in South America at this point.
South America?
Is there anything
seems
special?
like the specialist thing going on here is that Peru-Bolivia has decided to form...
They've unified properly.
They have, yeah. So at the start of the game, Bolivia has the opportunity to make Peru into a subject, and then if they can keep that together for a certain amount of time, they will actually integrate Peru and form Peru-Bolivia. And they've managed to do this. That's quite impressive.
Right. So what are we building besides 2 Iron Mans?
That's it. Well, and also just textile.
The textile mills keep expanding themselves.
Yes, they do. Perhaps I failed to press the button properly.
Those textile mills are very...
Right, there we go. I fixed it.
They're very like, we want more textile mills.
We've run out of gold reserves. We are now entering into debt.
We're entering into chart goes interesting. We had a shortage there.
Oh, we have a shortage. We have expensive government goods, expensive military goods. Right.
No, not a shortage, I guess. Just expensive stuff.
Maybe we do need to expand these. Oh, they're still recruiting then. The price looks fine.
Yeah,
it's just small arms, right?
Yeah, I think in this case we really should stop. They're still hiring as well.
Yeah.
So we should stop expanding things and just see if we can reach an equilibrium.
Yeah, we could be optimizing this literally forever.
I mean, that's a lot of the game, and I think like forcing civil war right now is honestly not the pro move because we're only in 1849. We have plenty of time to reform, but.
There's only so much time on the stream, though.
There's only so much time on the stream. If we were going to be here for another 8 hours, I probably wouldn't be forcing the civil war now. But we're not, so we want to force the civil war.
We have almost exactly 1 hour.
Yes. 1 hour to get a civil war and win it.
I think we can do that in less time than that. Well, okay, win it. Oh, that's hard.
So, yes, so China. We're still building relations with them.
Yeah,
which is
I think
good.
we're at cordial. I don't know that there's another threshold above that before 50, which I think.
No, there's not. 50 is the next one.
Yep. So I think we're doing about as good as we're going to get.
At that point, we might be able to get a defensive pact with them, especially now that we've modernized our armies.
They would at least consider it.
I think at this, at this point we should be able to get the boost from 50 to get a defensive pact, which would really help.
Okay then.
Not entirely sure, but it's possible. And the reason
we're not building anything, so we can get some.
Nice. Now let's get some money. Yeah. And the reason that this is that it's so much closer now is actually because we built up our armies. We made our army a lot more modern and a lot stronger. So they're more interested in an alliance with us.
Thankfully, the textile mills are doing well.
We will soon have lost 1 million population since game start.
Yeah.
Well, it's what it is. Like I said, we are going to look into the population curve. We are aware of it. So
I think one thing we could have done is maybe done charity hospitals.
I mean, the thing is, the population is supposed to be stable at 9 standard of living. So it's definitely declining when it shouldn't. It's because of a bunch of different things that affect mortality. We're probably going to have to tweak the numbers, maybe put the equilibrium point at 8 or something, but it's on our radar for release. It's not going to be a big, complicated fix. So yes, we are probably going to keep declining, and let's be honest, we're going to go to civil war, so we are going to be declining.
Also feels like proper Japanese behavior. Aren't they losing population in real life now, too?
Well, yes, but for different reasons.
Yeah, I think extremely different reasons. I don't think currently in Japan anyone has a serf.
It's more like a baby shortage.
I mean, I've never been to Japan, so I don't know.
They have an input shortage of babies.
Are we ready to kick this off? Is there anything else that we need to do? Let's check out those arms industries.
I would say let's get that alliance with China. So I would even say let's bump it up to speed 5 and just get our friendship with China, and then I think we're good to go. You know what? We can just owe them an obligation.
We could, yes.
For this, in this particular case, I think let's do it actually.
And I very much expect that they will want an obligation from us as well. Right. Okay. Let's pause just for a minute and change our government to people who would support us. So I guess the monks, the intelligentsia, the peasants.
We surely shouldn't have that many people because that's going to crash our legitimacy.
Too many. Right.
Yes. Focus on the strongest groups is typically the way to go.
These two, I suppose.
Which interest groups have our troops? That's the samurai and the intelligentsia.
Yes. Okay. How does the samurai feel about? Oh no, they love septum.
Yes, but one thing at a time. We use the samurai to break the shogunate, then we break the samurai.
Right. Okay.
Divide and conquer, Tolman. Divide and conquer.
This is an amount of legitimacy. Not having the shogunate is. I think no matter what, we're going to lose a lot of legitimacy.
Well,
I think we have to though.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with it. It's gonna. be painful, but so is a civil war. So
Yeah. Alright, let's do it. Abolish serfdom. We have...
let's
some
slow down
chance.
a little bit now.
Ooh. So you're saying this will trigger the civil war?
Almost certainly.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't really
Civil
expect this
war.
reform necessarily to pass. We expect it to make the shogunate rebel.
Yeah.
They're actually... Wait, it's the samurai that are angry. Alright, because of the serfdom.
Oh, yeah, it's serfdom, not traditionalism that we're doing.
Ah.
Right. Should we kick the samurai out of government?
I mean, they left government.
Oh, they left.
Because
Right, of course. They're
they're
very
mad at
angry.
us.
We should stop promoting them.
Yes, we should definitely stop promoting them. Okay. Well, this will be... and we gave the samurai a bunch of troops.
Yes, we did.
And we can't retire
No.
him because there's a revolution brewing.
Exactly. Well, this is going to be fascinating.
China, we're counting on you.
It looks like they'll only get to 67, though.
All right. But
I
I kind of
think-
want this fight, though.
We do. Both the landowners and the samurai have joined
How?
the movement.
Is it
so-
because they're just not... Oh, is it just because they're not angry enough?
It also seems like almost the entirety of the country would rebel if that were to happen. We
Oh,
would be left basically
it's
with
just the
the capital.
capital.
and Hokkaido. This is bad.
This is not... Okay. Let's... Okay. New plan. Stop it. Let's find something that only angers the shogunate, and let's have the samurai on our side.
Let's abolish the monarchy.
Maybe not that one. That's gonna anger everyone.
Yes, it will.
Okay. So what can we change? What about professional army? Does that piss them off enough with their when they're out of government?
see. Not enough, I think. No, not strongly enough.
How can we? We need a way. Okay, we need a way to really piss off the shogunate. Shouldn't we have completed the first journal entry now, by the way?
No, but it has activated, so we can
Okay.
see that we
Oh
we
yes,
need
right.
to
I
do
mean,
that.
yes. Shogunate not part of government. Cool.
Yes, we need to keep them not powerful for 10 years.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I think we're nowhere near making them not powerful. They're still very powerful.
But yes, let's have a look at the government and movement support. Like what laws we can pass here. And what...
Well, we could abolish the monarchy.
Yeah, let's not do that. Land voting they would actually approve of.
They would. The samurai wouldn't like it, but
No.
wealth voting, that would be, yeah.
They agree on too many things, is the problem.
Yeah, they're very closely tied together.
The chat suggests that you suppress the shogunate.
That's actually something we should definitely
We
be
should
doing
be
now that
doing
they're out of
that.
government.
Yeah,
100%.
We weren't able to do that before because they were the government.
Let's also put the samurai back in government.
That makes it worse, you know.
Okay, screw it then. Never mind. What about appoint the bureaucrats? I don't think the samurai should care about that.
The shogunate won't hate it enough. Is the
But it will weaken them.
It will, yes.
So, oh god, we have such low legitimacy. We can't do it. Make any reforms. This is no.
It would take 4 years
Yeah,
just to take
let's-
once. Oh no.
What we can see here, dear folks, is big brain play. From
Yes,
Martin
big
Dahl.
brain, very big brain play.
We are very smart.
Yes, it's really the problem of in order to do this, we really needed to play the long game of weakening the shogunate and strengthening the intelligence and industrialists and so on, but we don't actually have time to do this right now, so we're trying to find shortcuts which may not actually exist. Like,
Yeah.
this is not what I would be doing if I was playing on my own, but...
Yeah, the Meiji Restoration was a process that took decades, and
Yes.
we don't have decades.
I believe in you. I think this is looking like it could only end well. Like, I see no faults in this plan. It's about as solid a plan as take away the boats from the fishermen.
Hey, that worked. They didn't need boats. They actually didn't need big boats. So...
In the meantime, should we build something, perhaps?
Yes.
What do we need? Could use some more silk, I suppose.
Yeah.
Doesn't really help us with any of our goals, but
Let's actually have a look at RGs again, and let's just focus on then.
yeah, let's do politics. Right.
Yeah, we can suppress the shogunate. Maybe we should actually suppress the samurai if they're just gonna be opposed to us. Oh, we don't have
we're
enough
out of
authority.
authority. Right. We're promoting the industrialists. That's probably not going to be super relevant.
No, not at the moment.
Yeah, they
We also
also
don't really need as many consumption taxes as we have right now.
So I lost track. Who are we trying to piss off? Samurais or shoguns?
Well, we were trying to piss off the shogunate. The problem is that pissing off the shogunate apparently pissing them off enough to rebel also pissed off the samurai. So we're in a little bit of a bind where we kind of want to crush the shogunate, but we need a samurai to crush the shogunate. But we're not really finding a way to fight only one of them.
Yeah, they are very closely tied together, especially with this ideology right here, where they really like serfdom.
But how does the shogunate feel about serfdom? I guess they also really, really like it.
They really like serfdom. They could not like serfdom anymore. It is not possible for them to approve of serfdom harder than they do.
But isn't the leader an abolitionist?
Wait. No, that's a slaver.
Oh my god,
That's the opposite of an
That's literal opposite. We had an abolitionist, but that was in the Buddhist monks.
Yes, he is a monk. Yes. Pacifist peasants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if you put the monks in the government? They at least agree with something we agree on. That doesn't hurt.
Oh,
Doesn't
yes,
tank
have
our
had
legitimacy.
no effects. That's nice.
Mhm.
Cool. Maybe we could pass some kind of.
Here's something we could do.
Hmm?
We could lower taxes and put back the
Ah.
consumption taxes because that increases our legitimacy.
Yes. So grain, that was one of them, right? No. Okay, services
Tobacco.
and tobacco.
And
Yes.
let's lower the overall tax level. This will shore up our legitimacy a bit. And we're still making money.
No, we're not.
Well, we're still making money after construction,
Yes.
which is what you really care about until you bankrupt.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm just shoring up the tooling industry right there, because it's
What does our legitimacy look like now?
central
And then-
banking.
And then, you know what we're gonna do?
Are we going to bankroll China?
No, we're not gonna bankroll China. We're gonna build universities.
Ah, right. Okay.
We're gonna try and power up the academia,
Mhm.
and we're gonna try and the unholy alliance of the intelligentsia and the church will be our way forward.
Yeah. The best way to have that unholy alliance might be clerical educators.
Yeah, but it's giving strength to the intelligentsia, which we want
Yeah.
more than strength for the church, honestly.
We do. Yeah. The developers, I think,
should-
is more of an alliance of convenience.
But let's promote the church for now.
Okay. Let's
We'll have
promote the
to
church.
probably get rid of something like a decree or something.
Oh no, we can do
Okay,
it.
cool,
We
perfect.
just barely have authority.
Chat seems very set on you removing that samurai general, but like we're trying not to piss off the samurai now,
Well-
right? So
Yeah, it's gonna make them a bit mad, I think.
Oh wait, that's the wrong one. There we go. Yeah.
I think we can live with that.
I
Honestly,
think we can as well.
let's recruit the new general.
Bye.
New general? Okay.
Yes.
Oh. Oh,
Uh,
wait. What we could do is we could hire one of them and then use that to provoke a rebellion by firing them.
This is so stupid that it would actually work.
It would work. Let's do
my-
it.
Okay.
Okay, who is the least good general here? This guy I think is too good at fighting in the mountains. Let's go with this guy. All right, and then we promote him a bit. And
So-
then we stop doing this. Okay, which law would they not approve of?
They would not approve of professional army, which we
Professional
want.
army.
So, but we would need a samurai for that. So we have to put samurai back in government.
Right. Okay.
Samurai,
Hold on, is
are
there
we
a-
in or are we out? Jesus Christ!
Oh wait, no, this is just the same. Okay, so this is fine.
Yep.
Right. Will it be enough? Is the question.
Well, I mean, we can always do it again.
We can. Oh yes, we could just do it again. Right. Yeah, you're right. All right. Let's
If you get shogunate candidates,
There were
do
two
it.
of them.
Okay, so the second one will appear again.
Right, so now they are
Yeah,
at,
the recruitment pool stays. Yeah, so we are absolutely exploiting our own game here. This is. I'll probably I might look into a fix for this, but probably not for release, so you guys can also enjoy this hilariously situational exploit. So
it's actually quite hard to make them annoyed enough.
well, get another general. Let's see if it stacks. I
Yeah,
don't
let's see if
actually
it
know if
stacks.
it stacks because I've never tried doing this before.
I have also never tried this strategy. Alright, thankfully we got another one, a Tokugawa, no
Yep.
less. Does it matter if we promote him? I think it does, right?
Yeah, it does.
Right. So I guess we want to promote him even more than that.
This is very stupid.
This is very silly.
Maybe we should have like a 5-year limit or something before you can actually. Okay.
-5.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Let's see.
Let's see if it. Oh, it did. I think.
It
Yeah,
stacks,
It
it
stacks.
stacks.
It stacks. Yes. Right. We have our strategy.
Yes. We have one more.
Close your eyes, chat. Close your eyes. This is horrible.
Okay, I'm gonna make a little. Once we're done here, I'm gonna make a little hero to myself too.
This is absolutely working as designed.
Yeah.
Come on.
I won't touch it for release, I promise, but I'll probably fix it afterwards. Okay, so now they're gonna repel.
Yes, we did it.
Do we have a second general right now?
No.
There was
we
an
just fired the
intelligentsia
other
one. Let's get him.
Right. And let's promote him a bit as well. So 1, 2. That should do it.
Yes. We can probably get a defensive pact with China now.
Not quite.
damn
16
it.
away. So
Oh, okay,
close.
well, at least they like us more now, so.
We can always offer them on obligation anyway.
Yes.
Okay, revolution in 6 weeks. We will lose most of our country.
Yeah, we will still control the arms industries and some iron mines and Hokkaido.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of faith in this particular endeavor.
Listen, it'll be fun, either because we succeed or because we fail horribly and chat laughs at us. I consider either one an immense success.
Yeah, yeah. Also, this method was my idea, so I have only myself to blame.
Yes, we should also probably slow down to 3 once the...
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it now because the revolution is almost here, so we can react in the play.
We need to invent something. Let's invent egalitarianism. That
Sure.
seems really relevant right now.
It's gonna actually help if... Well, it would have helped if we...
Oh.
Wait.
Okay, let's pause just for a moment.
Okay, so let's see.
Right.
Force distribution is not as... Let's have a look at the play, diplomatic play.
Yes, let's have a look at that. So, we could get them in. There is at least something they would accept,
Yeah.
and we can find out
What's the
later.
balance of forces looking like?
0-0 right now.
Yeah, it's only showing...
Ah, right, so it's up there as
Yeah,
well.
they've got 65 and we got 40, so we're outnumbered. But with China, we might be able to do this. Definitely mobilize all generals.
Should we get consequence?
We have almost full cash reserves. Activate everyone. That's what they're gonna be doing. They're gonna...
Ryukyu will help out their one.
Yes,
one
activate
battalion.
every single soldier we possibly can, and... Okay.
Right, I think we should focus on these 2 fronts right here and probably ignore this one.
Yeah. Let's... Precisely... It looks like the bulk of their forces are down in the south. Let's put one commander defending in...
Should we defend the north and
Defending
attack the
against
south?
Kyushu. And let's try to
Right,
let's
so
focus
defend
on
this
Mhm.
and attack.
attack in the north,
this.
because that's what the iron mines are. So
Yeah, we definitely want those back.
we're fine with things being stalled in Kyushu if we can control the north. And let's see, yeah. Well, there's only China, so we can actually speed up again until...
That's nice.
Hey!
I'm glad the Shogun has an heir.
Okay, now...
Okay, right.
Well, what
they will
about
take it.
Ryukyu? Are we taking Ryukyu?
We're
No,
abandoning it.
we're
We just
abandoning
don't care.
Ryu. Or-
Let's offer them an obligation in the hope that they take it. I'm sure they will. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Save us, China.
What's a hashtag notification, they ask?
This is because we are losing our power rank because we are in a massive civil war.
It's fine.
Oh, this is not looking so fine though, this front here, where we're meant to be attacking. What's going wrong here?
We haven't mobilized yet.
Right, it's
Oh.
localization.
Hold on. Oh, yeah, but our conscripts are still... Are they fast raising their conscripts faster than we are?
I think they just have more of them.
Yeah, Jesus.
Oof. I hope the Chinese army can get here.
New
quickly.
plan. Recruit another general.
But they have hardly any over here.
I think they've moved their forces to the north.
they've tried to...
Yeah, recruit another general.
Yes, exactly.
Let's recruit like a weak... Yeah, keep him at rank 1. Just give him
bigoted.
some... That's perfect.
Yeah. Perfect, yes.
That's perfect. And then give him the orders of defending the south and move our 2 actually good generals to the north.
Right.
Because yeah, they saw us piling
go.
everyone in the north, and they decided to also pile everyone in the north, apparently.
Yep, that's
I
much
mean,
better.
to be fair, that's the front that's right near the capital, so they probably wouldn't care if you captured Kyushu if they captured the capital. So that makes sense.
And it seems like we have some garrison forces up here that'll defend.
We can also have the little guy push in the south as long as they're abandoning Kyushu.
Oh yeah, it seems
The
like they just don't
little
care
guy.
anymore. So let's advance.
Yeah, I
instead.
think, like I said, they know that if they capture Kyoto, they win. So
yeah, this is looking okay. I think we can expect Chinese support to arrive eventually.
okay.
All right.
Bum bum bum.
Yeah, it seems like this. Could... Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay.
Glorious victory for the Japanese shogunate. Well, hopefully, yes.
I hope we actually have good generals as well, because we only cared about their political leanings.
Let's see. Well, I mean, he's romantic.
Okay,
He does morale damage.
he's a defensive
protection.
strategist, which is not that helpful, but it's something. It'll help if they attack. Okay, well, there's another battle spawning, and I think we're winning it.
Yep, we are winning. We are advancing pretty quickly. Oh, and here comes the Chinese. There we go. They decided to advance from Hokkaido down to the south.
Nice.
Right, and looks like we did very well in the south down here as well. Let's slow down a little bit. Yeah, I think we... Let's send a little guy.
It's as if Britain declared an interest in Japan, according to chat.
Oh, let's have a look. Yes, they did.
Can we super quick look at their strategy? I know we're in the middle of war, but...
Yeah, so
Information.
there we go.
I believe they're
Okay.
after
Let's
your
acquire
off-brand Jaffa
colonies.
cakes.
Well, they still like us, so they're just interested in us, I guess. Senpai noticed.
I think their interest is in the off-brand Jaffa cakes, to be honest.
I'm sending a little guy
They
to invade Ryukyu.
They're nice off-brand Jaffa cakes.
I'm gonna use another one.
I'm eating one now.
Okay, we're actually crushing the shogunate. Perfect.
They do look a bit similar, those two generals.
Now, Björn.
I think that's about it. I don't think they control any more territory except for quite literally Edo.
Yes. I do find it slightly ironic that they have Edo and we have Kyoto, even though we're crushing the shogunate.
Bit of a reversal of history there.
Well.
So, are we winning?
We are winning.
We are.
And what will be the result of this?
The main
effort?
result that we care about is it's going to absolutely cripple the shogunate interest group. So that will actually let us start getting reforms through, advancing on our journal entry, and just generally reordering Japan without them saying no to absolutely everything.
Mm-hmm.
The shogunless shogunate.
It appears we have a new intelligentsia leader.
Oh, we
This could
do.
be very relevant for us.
Right, he is an abolitionist, which is
Pro-
great.
Awesome!
Yes. Okay,
as
let's just
soon as
cancel
this-
this law, shall we, and just
Let's
abolish serfdom right
abolish the hell out of
now.
serfdom. Yes,
The
the shogunate.
samurai will be radicalized, though. We still do have to contend with the samurai.
Let's start by crushing the shogunate, because
Yes.
that should also rearrange things. They'll be folding soon.
Yeah, very soon. We're almost there. There we go. Okay, let's have a look at our new political situation. They're at 0.
Yes.
Good. We don't
They
care
will live
about
it.
them now.
So what happens now is when you win a civil war, the defeated interest groups get reduced to 0 clout, they will slowly get their clout back. But right now they have no influence whatsoever in the country, which means that we have a ton of, like, the other groups have gotten a lot more power, and we're able to do a lot more interesting things.
Yes, yes we can.
So who are the most powerful interest group in the country? Is it the monks?
Right now it is the monks, yes. They are the most powerful. And then in second place we have the intelligentsia.
And here's the question. How many people did we lose during our civil war? Because I think...
that's a good question. Population...
that graph is doing interesting things, but I think we lost about 1 million people, so, you know. It is civil wars is a way to push reforms. It is also a way to kind of crash your population.
It is a little bit, yes.
That graph is playing Snake, it looks like.
It is. Well, I mean, the country lost population when the revolt
let's get rid of serfdom.
Yes, this is going to annoy the samurai, but hopefully
we'll
will be
deal with
enough to...
We will deal with it.
Yeah.
Can you complete the journal entry now, they ask?
Not just yet. This needs to be true for 10 years, and you can see the progress bar down below there. That will fill up as that progresses. There we go. We just got our first tick right there. You can just barely see a little blue thing on the left.
In the meanwhile, let's see what else we can do. We have a lot of money.
We do have a lot of money.
Let's start
now.
building things again.
Yes, let's build things again. What does the market need? Let's see. We're actually doing okay.
Let's see what's cheap. What could we be using more of?
We could use more sugar. We could use more artillery.
I think we haven't activated the Napoleonic warfare yet.
Oh, really? Okay. So let's do that.
That'll strengthen our army too.
Yep, line infantry. We could even use mobile artillery because I think the price of artillery.
Maybe we should give our
low.
conscripts some stuff as well.
Yep.
Do you mean the conscripts actually need ammunition? We cannot just send them out as a meatball?
We should not be doing anchorage in our ports. That's...
Oh wait, what are we going to do with convoys?
I have no idea why I said that, honestly. You're completely right. What are we going to do with our convoys?
We could use them to trade with nobody.
We could use them to conquer things, but we're not doing that.
There we go. And now the price of artillery and arms has increased to a point where it's actually profitable to produce them.
Nice.
Nice. And here's the movement. Will it... We're going to get another civil war.
What's our leader? What's his interest group?
The shogunate is slowly regaining its...
Are we suppressing the samurai? If not, we should be.
Yes, we should be.
Yeah, but shouldn't we make Tokugawa something else than shogunate? Because he's shogunate, right?
Yeah, but we haven't abolished the shogunate, but we basically... Like, we are still the Japanese shogunate. We still have shogun. What we basically have done, we have taken the power away from the shogun. There's other factions that are effectively running the show behind the scenes, but we haven't formally abolished the shogunate yet.
Okay. Now I was just thinking, like, it seems because you can still change their support, right?
You can't anymore change the interest group of your ruler. We thought that was just kind of a little overpowered and arbitrary.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I haven't followed that development. I still remember doing that.
So do we want to fight this civil war?
I mean, if not, we're never gonna...
Well, yeah, what else can we do, right?
I mean, we had one civil war, but what about the second civil war? I don't think we need China this time.
Yeah, we did pretty well without them, actually.
No, they did help a lot. They did help a lot. Well, we did win the battles.
Yeah, they helped a lot in the north, but we did very well where we were
But this
fighting.
is a much weaker revolution.
Yeah, now it's only the north, and we don't have to split our forces. Although we could if we wanted to open up the second front.
Let's let them have Hokkaido if they want it, and let's just smash them.
Everyone go over there, advance, and we probably want to activate conscripts
Let's
as well.
raise the conscripts as well.
That's a lot of notifications.
Britain has an interest in this now, right?
Ah, we could bribe Britain.
Well,
if we
shouldn't,
we
but
I'm
just glad they like us, because this is a danger. If Britain didn't like us, there's a pretty good chance, like... This is also what's dangerous about civil wars, and why it's easier for us, because there's not that many people that care about Japan. It's not just about defeating the other side, it's about making sure there isn't an outside power coming in going, "Hello! I hear you're having a civil war. I'm gonna care about this." But fortunately, since we are buddies with China and we're buddies, and we're buddied up to Britain, We took some early moves that were good there.
Yes, we did.
And now we just have to crush the samurai. And then we're going to reform everything.
I think we're doing very well here. I think this is a war we're going to win eventually. Without the Chinese army sweeping down from the north, I think it'll take longer, but we can do it.
Yeah, but as long as we can capture their capital.
Let's speed up a bit.
And let's hope there's nothing Britain wants badly enough for them to bribe Britain onto their side.
Oh, I doubt it. It's too late now anyway. We're in preparation to war. Okay. 2 arms.
Are those the same flags, or is it like a slight different color?
These actually do look like the exact same flags. They're supposed to be like... Ah, it's just because it's black right down the middle where the tear is, right?
Yeah,
so
this
you can't see it
very well. We should look into that. It's very hard to see. And on other flags, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, it's a lot more noticeable in other countries. Let's see if we can find an ongoing revolution. There we go, Mara. There you go. It's a lot easier to see there.
Yeah, but in this particular case, it messes it up because of the Japanese flag, or rather the shogunate flag. They have really low combat efficiency. I wonder what's going on there. Are their barracks not activating?
They decided not to use cannons. But of course they can't use cannons because we have the arms industries.
Yeah, but they should still be able to run off reserves for a while. Oh well.
Maybe it doesn't count because they're a different country.
It's also one of the things where I think we're at some point we're going to want to add alternative ways to get guns. This is actually where isolationism is helping us, because they can't import guns.
Ah, yes, right. We have all of the guns.
Ooh, Jesus, the population. Oh, right. No, because the revolution. Now we lost the revolutionary.
Yeah, it's not counting the people who live
Calm
up there.
thyself,
Yeah.
Björn.
I was like, Jesus, did we just lose like 5 million people?
No, they're just traders.
Yeah, the traders, right?
But yeah, with them not having access to guns and us outnumbering, this is basically a given.
Although we only have guns for a certain amount of time.
Well,
yeah,
Details.
we have a lot of.
how are our
shortages.
barracks doing?
Let's see, how are they doing? Well, it's not so bad actually. Small arms are very expensive, but besides that,
They don't actually have a shortage at the moment. I think we captured some iron mines.
yeah, we must have. Yeah, the penalty is only 2%, 1%, and almost
yeah,
gone. There we go, gone.
That's actually an interesting question. I kind of wonder too. What happened to the gold reserves in this situation?
So the Buddhist monks want to strengthen our ties to the Japanese aristocratic revolt.
I think the government keeps all the gold reserves. Maybe it would be interesting to actually split the gold reserves between the government and the revolutionaries, depending on like who gets what. We're also facing a deficit of authority right now.
We are. Do we necessarily care? What could we do about that?
If we could stop encouraging, we could remove our decrees. I don't think they're that important.
Yeah, they're probably not.
Not important enough to
where's
angry
cancer?
scripts.
There we go. Don't need this so much. Oh, we could probably do another one actually.
Shikoku.
Shikoku. I don't know what
I think
the
that's
things are in
Shikoku.
Japan. There we go. Oh, we have a bit of a famine going on as well.
Oh, okay.
That's unfortunate.
Oh boy. People from the state of Japanese Hokkaido. Oh, yeah, because Hokkaido is cut off and devastated. I did say that I didn't care about Hokkaido. I'm sorry, Hokkaido.
I'm thinking that we want cheaper decrees that could help us out a bit. But either way, we're going to get 50% mortality in Hokkaido.
Yeah. Ow.
Let's
put the emergency. Let's
Yes.
actually put the emergency decree there.
Oh,
We'll have to get rid of
can't right
something.
now. Yeah,
Let-
we're gonna have to get rid of something. What do we get rid of? Oh, we should stop maybe suppressing the shogunate since they're already
I think we should keep
incredibly-
suppressing the shogunate to make sure that they're long-term weak, because suppressing is a long-term effect.
Right. Maybe we don't need to.
We don't
bolster
need
the
to promote
monks.
the Buddhist monks anymore.
Yeah. And then let's do emergency release up there. Criticism of our economic policy of traditionalism. Really?
Well, we would like to change it.
Well, it turns out we agree completely.
Yeah, let's make
Yeah.
the shogunate mad, I guess. Oh
Yeah.
no,
Oh no,
export
how
from
awful.
trade.
We're winning. Just a matter of time
Yes.
now.
We are pro-winning.
They have taken a lot more casualties than we have, although we have more wounded.
Probably from attrition. Because we're the ones pushing.
Yeah, we are. And we also just have more troops, so yeah.
And attrition is the main like killer. Ooh.
The horrors of that the citizens of Japanese Hokkaido have been enduring, eh?
Apparently Korea and Britain wants to give us money.
I am all for that.
Oh, we can get better relations with
Yeah,
Britain.
Britain is definitely the way
yes.
to go here. Internal donations. Then again, internal donations would pretty strongly.
Alright,
increase
let's
the
actually
intelligentsia
think about
support.
this one. Famine donations, just 5 years, but still.
It's still significant, I think.
On the other hand, this gives us a boost to Britain that we can't do by improving relations. It's going to get our relations up to the highest threshold immediately.
That might be able to push us towards maybe getting a defensive pact or something like that.
I
Let's
would
give it a
say
go.
let's get the nations of Great Britain. Let's see if we can maybe sign a pact with them.
Okay, let's do that, and let's see what we can do now. We can't get a pact, but we're really
We're
close.
really close. If we just had a stronger army.
Which we will after we win the war, which we just did.
Yeah, and we
right.
can. We should keep pushing for modernizing our army.
Yes, if we just change production methods, I think, in here, that will probably do it. Once prices return to normal, I think. There's a bit of devastation around here.
Yeah, not too bad. I think Hokkaido is the most devastated place.
Yeah,
Still
it's
quite a
just
bit
nasty.
now my brain is not working. But a lot of radicals.
We should. All right, now we're enacting serfdom. Perfect.
We're enacting serfdom.
Abolished.
Abolishing, yes.
Yes. No, we're unenacting serfdom. Okay. All right.
So what's our chance of serfdom abolished? There was 29%.
It's 29% now.
Now I appeared in
We have a
front of
very
it.
high chance of advanced debate. Basically, we have smashed the interest groups that opposed us. It only cost us a couple million people.
Small price to pay for progress.
I wonder if we reformed the government such that the peasants were in government and got rid of the monks, but no.
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 We should keep, especially since both of those groups support abolishing serfdom. We should not touch our government until serfdom
you're
is
right.
gone.
Actually, no, they don't.
No,
support
they
us
don't do it
They're
anymore.
now
But they
traditionalists.
don't. They're neutral.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
all
'cause
right.
I think the success rate was like 50% before we lost that particular leader. Unfortunately.
Excellent. Unexcellent, but excellent. Right. We should build.
We should build. What do we need?
Economy.
Let's have a look. What's cheap? So sugar is really cheap. I'm not really sure what we can do with sugar.
Food industries. We could make more booze.
Do people? Okay, I suppose people do want booze, right? Yeah.
I mean, we're also taxing booze.
we
So
are.
the more booze they buy, the more money we make.
You are right. Where should we put the booze factories? Let's put them up here. We don't have anything up here already. Let's see. So we want groceries.
I mean, no. We have to put them in Hokkaido.
Ah,
Because
yeah,
that's where it's got to be. We need to make Sapporo beer.
we do. And I guess we are going to want pot stills here.
Mm-hmm.
And if we want sugar, then we need sweetness. Let's go.
Go,
Let's do
yeah,
three of
can
those.
queue up a few levels. I think we can also expand our furniture and textile mills.
Yes.
We
have
can probably
two
even
of
set them back
those.
to auto expand now.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So there, and also, well, let's just maybe.
And plantations that support them.
So that was
Dye and
dye and
silk.
Silk, yes.
maybe some coal mines. We can start. Actually, we're doing fine on iron right now, so let's not worry too much about that.
Yeah, I think that's more of a long-term goal.
Where are our trains, I wonder?
We haven't
Trains?
researched that yet.
We're very far from trains.
Not very far, but we are.
Well, I think we're very far from actually making a railway, even if we're not too far in terms of the tech.
We don't.
An economic prison. Yeah.
But we're gonna give you beer.
They don't like isolationism very much. I think we just need to accept that the peasants aren't going to like this. No, I'm going to industrialists slightly. They're fine. What's going on here? Insufficient taxation capacity. Clippers again.
Clippers.
What is causing that?
whaling industries, but we didn't expand them, I think.
No, we didn't.
Are the shipping...
No, we still have 3 of them. We've always had 3 of them. Oh, this.
Oh, okay.
Right.
They... Right. You know what happened? We conscripted people from the shipyards.
Aha.
And then
right.
and then they died in the war, and then we were like, why aren't they making ships anymore?
Stop being dead! Come on!
Yeah, it's like all I hear is excuses.
Do we want more support from
Buddhist
the
monks.
I guess.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
Hold on. Oh, this is... sorry, I thought the other one was for show.
No,
We
no,
don't
he gets
really
more
need the influence.
We don't really.
But-
Yeah, the monks are fine.
I mean, the most important thing is keeping the shogunate IG below the threshold.
And it's at 0 right now.
Oh yeah,
which is
because they rebelled again.
They rebelled twice. Yeah.
Haha.
Yeah, and we can see the honorable restoration is ticking up. So is the Great Hunger.
Well,
Abolishing serfdom is going quite well. We've got a pretty good chance of passing it this year.
While we're waiting for that, maybe we shall just take a glance across the globe to see what's happening in the rest of the world.
Sure. It's the US-Mexican War, possibly. No, it's a war to annex Comanche, but also the Americans. Yeah, also Mexico got involved in here as well.
surprised. No, Mexico
No,
didn't.
it's not
That's
Mexico.
just the Comanche.
Ah, okay, I see. Right, a very small war then.
Yes.
It seems like the Hudson Bay Company has annexed Oregon there,
Mm-hmm. That appears to have happened.
and they've also taken this
Interesting.
area, which has the Maritimes. Yes,
Yes, the company unification of Canada.
I
That
guess so.
seems to be a thing.
Well, there's nothing stopping them, so long as they have a higher GDP than their neighbors, then they can annex them.
All right. Neat.
Bread and blood. I wonder which is cheaper in our market. Let's see. Well, we don't. Oh, so we have emergency relief, and so that seems to have made things less bad than it could have been. 20% mortality is not nice, but hey.
Okay, 44% chance to abolish serfdom.
Yeah, let's speed 5 for a bit.
Let's do it. I think we ought to build more buildings.
Yes, that's what else could we build?
I mean, we're not losing enough money, so obviously you
We
need to
we need
build
silk.
wood.
We need wood. We
We
need
need
wood very desperately. In
And
fact.
fabric.
Let's speed 3. Wood and fabric. So wood. That's in rural. Yes. Let's build more. Yeah. Just need to expand. Oh, I don't know where. Here. Here. We just need a lot of it, really.
Yep.
Yeah.
And let's get some more. We could switch our farms to intensive farming, because I think we're fine on grain.
Yeah.
No, sorry,
yeah.
not the farms. I meant the ranches. To get more
Ranches.
fabric.
Ah, yes, of course. Right. So that's here, and then we want to do that. Ah, that'll help a lot. Yeah. Do we need more meat? Why not?
Yeah, I think meat was quite expensive.
This would be fine.
Yep.
And especially since we are actually going to use sugar now.
How's the grain prices actually going to be influenced by this?
Great question. It seems like grain's
They're,
cheap enough.
they're still alright. Good.
Yeah. In fact, it's so alright that we can barely even employ people in the farms.
Good.
Hmm.
Well, I don't think it's so much to do with not employing people anymore, with people dying.
Yeah. Although it probably doesn't hurt that we have a lot of serfs making grain. That's probably most of what's keeping the price of grain
You're
down.
not gonna have them for much longer.
Yep.
So, grain prices are definitely gonna go up. Maybe we should even consider.
Yeah, we would be producing quite a lot less grain nationally once that happens.
I think we need to get rid of those fig orchards. That's gonna smash that, or we need to build more farms.
I say we leave the fig orchards alone for now until we actually abolish serfdom,
Okay.
and then we fix it.
Fair. But yeah, we have a lot queued now. Maybe we should get a little baby coal mine going up in Hokkaido or down in Kyushu as well. Just start getting some coal into our market. If nothing else, it'll help ease the pressure of wood.
Yes.
Oh wow, we have the condensing engine pump.
We do, though we were a long way from actually being able to use it effectively, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Likewise with railroads, for instance, like even if we only are 2 techs away, the amount of infrastructure, the amount of just new goods we would need to introduce to our market, we're a long way from getting a railway.
Yep. We know things, but we can't use them yet.
Exactly.
So I'm just curious if you could elaborate on why we could not use those pumps efficiently yet. What's preventing
so
us
let's
from
look
doing
at
that?
some iron mines over here, right? So we would need a lot of tools, probably more than we can support, and also we would need a lot of coal, and we have no coal.
Yeah, this is also starting where we're starting to produce. The thing is also the price of iron is terrible, so we don't want to produce more iron without more ways to use it right now.
Yeah. Another concern, I think, would be that it requires a lot of machinists and engineers, and qualifications are not something we're doing great on right now.
Should be doing a little bit better than that to build some universities, but let's...
Yeah. The universities aren't right
I think
here.
we'll want to have more tools as well. Let's put the tooling
Yes.
workshops back on all the auto expansion.
Where do we put those? We have to just be able to remember.
I think
where
they're
I put everything.
in...
There they are.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh,
Oh,
we...
they're making crude tools. Let's put them on pig iron tools.
Yeah. They'd make less money, but it's... okay, that's a lot less money. Wood is expensive, though.
Wood is way too expensive.
Well, we're fixing that, I guess.
At some point, we will be able to subsidize things. I'm just worried that if our tooling workshops stop working, our economy is gonna do badly. So, are they at least making a profit? Yes, they are. Okay, they're making...
very small profit, yes.
Yeah, gonna be some lower... There's gonna be some lean times in the tooling workshops, alright? But they do have significant cash reserves. So it'll take a while before they start downsizing.
And we got advancement on the septum polish, so we're
Yeah.
59% is good.
We basically stopped building things for a while, and then we forgot how many goods are used for build things, and then things happened.
Wait, maybe want to pop up the speed 4 to get things rolling before the stream ends.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of time left, so... But I mean, we're at least going on the way to our principal goal. Okay, we unlocked egalitarianism. Now we might start... I don't think we'll see the trade unions pop up yet, but this also strengthens the petite bourgeoisie, like so. They might start becoming relevant. Let's get some more social techs, I think, because we're basically... we have more production techs than we know what to do with. Or maybe military, even.
Let's see. Yeah, we're doing okay here.
You know what we could get? We could get pharmaceuticals so that people stop dying and get get some health care.
Ah, yes. I think pharmaceuticals, it used to just directly impact your mortality, but now you have to actually invest in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't just inject people with random substances and it make them live longer.
Well, you can, but it's not probably gonna help with mortality.
Here's this new mercury thing we discovered. Let's try inject it.
What if we put coal directly into people's veins? Maybe they'll work harder.
You know what? We still have a clipper shortage.
How do we have a clipper shortage?
I think something is being bouncy in the...
Yeah, because they should be recruiting, right? Yeah,
I
it's
think
bouncing.
I
Yes.
think we have the issue going on here that they're staffing up, and then they're... So this is a little bit of an issue we have where rather than the industry reaching an equilibrium point, they're just... When it's going well, they staff up insanely fast, and when it's going badly, they staff down insanely fast.
Solved possibly by just downsizing it by 1.
I think we can
Yeah,
probably solve it by actually downsizing the whaling industries a bit, because I think what's happening here is that the two industries are crashing each other.
Right, yeah. One less whaling industry, I think, might do it.
It is obviously not optimal. It's something we'll definitely be looking into before release. Can't promise we'll have it 100% solved because it's complicated, but we'll definitely look into it. You would generally also solve this by subsidizing, but we cannot subsidize things. Because we don't have a degree in economics.
No, we don't. Only Paul has one of those. Right, so we wanted to downsize the whaling industry just a little
It also
bit.
looks like a bunch of the industries have stopped using advanced PMs, probably because they were under control of the rebels for a while.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Go back to the textile mills and such.
Ah, yes, right. Oh, yeah, let's do that anyway. Right, we're still using this, that's good. Dye works, I think we want leaded glass.
Do we have lead now?
ceramics. Yeah, we do.
Cool.
We think we bought some mines up here somewhere.
Could we do crystal glass even? Or is that just they use sulfur?
It would just take more lead, but it's much more lead than we have. Although, we could make more. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, if we made like 2
Let's
more
not
lead
prioritize
mines,
that.
okay.
We already... Glass is not something we desperately need right now.
But what to drink our beer from if we don't have glass?
No, we have glass. We have lead in glass. So you drink your beer from your lead.
Makes it tastier.
Exactly.
Yeah. Lead poisoning isn't real, it doesn't exist.
It's not real and it cannot hurt you.
Pell is suggesting that we let the fishing wharfs use our clippers.
We have fishing wharfs? I suppose we must have, yes. Oh, they're in rural, of course. Yeah.
I mean, we had a shortage of... Okay.
Well, I guess it's fine now. How are you doing?
Badly.
Well, they seem stable at least.
No, they're not. Well, they're making 1.1. So probably people are gonna start leaving because of terrible wages. Yeah, we kind of have a chronic issue of the fabric being expensive and wood being expensive. I know we're working on it, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's leave it alone for now, and hopefully it should sort itself out once we get more wood and more cotton.
Yeah, the economy always just sorts itself out.
Precisely. Can we increase our education now? Because we did that a while ago, and then we sort of forgot about it.
Ah, yes, let's do that. We even actually have the bureaucracy to afford it.
Cool.
Nice. We could also increase law enforcement, but that would actually empower the shogunate. Let's not.
Do we have any turmoil? I don't think we do right now.
Turmoil. We had some turmoil. Yes, we do.
We do. Okay.
In these former revolutionary states, yes.
Yeah.
That's not good.
It's irritating, but it's not. It's the it's the lowest level of penalties.
Violent suppression.
We
though.
could violently suppress them. Let's do it.
Just once. Yeah.
Just a little bit of violent suppression.
That's a treat. We almost have a law enactment. Is it gonna be a success?
We have failed like 3 coin flips now.
We have. Well, at least in advance.
Oh no, it's a new Fort Siege. It's gonna go up to 99% before it succeeds.
Well, at least now we're at the point where it can only either succeed or advance.
So what's controlling the ticks there? Like, how can you affect how often this thing?
Yes, you can by having authority, and we don't have a lot.
And also having high legitimacy.
Yes, yeah.
But legitimacy is alright.
It's okay.
50 is alright-ish. Well, they're not strong enough yet.
They're not strong enough yet, but they will become strong enough once all of
Goddamn
this wears
shogunate.
off. Yeah.
Can you...
And the samurai back as well.
Can you not? This would... Yes, if we had just not failed all those coin flips, this would have been a lot easier.
It would, yes.
Because sure, we can probably win more civil wars, but every single time we'll lose a bunch of people. So eventually it's like, we're gonna have a major restoration, but no people left to be restored.
We're at 96, 97. I think as radicals grow, we're only going to get more. I think we need to prepare for the inevitability of this happening.
No, not for revolution.
Right, do we fight this? I think we have to.
I think we have to. At this point, we just have to get rid of the goddamn serfdom.
We have to do this. Okay, here we go. Okay, no southern front this time. Let's mobilize everyone.
I'm starting to feel like maybe we should increase the timer as well on how long groups are suppressed after civil wars.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be lasting all that
Doesn't
long.
seem very reasonable to have another civil war this soon.
How many years passed since the last one, I wonder?
Few.
Let's send our young men out to die again.
Austria now has an interest.
Can you look at their strategy?
Sure, let's have a look at Austria. Well, firstly, their strategy is to be occupied by Britain. But also, let's see.
Okay.
There we go.
Not sure what I want here.
Oh, and looks like Schleswig is independent now.
Well, glorious Schleswig.
Yep. Whereas Denmark is still Prussian, as it should be.
Are they still their capital still there in Africa?
I expect so. Yeah, there we go. Danish Togo. It's not doing so well.
Oh, poor Danes.
Yes, poor Danes. Yeah, I have so much sympathy for the Danish people.
Hold on. Austria side. Oh, Austria
Wait,
sided
what?
with us.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, they
Didn't
would
have to
not
give them
have been
anything.
doing that in the like latest build of the game because they're busy fighting Britain.
Yeah,
But
yeah. They
right
seem-
now, the AI
they
is
should be
very.
preoccupied.
One of the biggest issues with the AI in this build is their tendency to go very hard in diplomatic plays and set themselves on fire.
I wonder if any Austrians will actually reach the front before the war ends.
Skeptical, but we'll see.
Are they sending anybody? They don't even seem to be sending anybody to the front.
But they're on the front.
Austrians?
Oh, the Austrians, you mean? I thought you meant the enemy.
The enemy does indeed have something. Yeah, let's open up a second front over there.
Yeah.
This is not difficult.
No. Maybe we should even consider having an alternative path to completing honorable restoration of just beating the shogunate in a civil war. Because honestly, it feels like if you've smashed them to that point, you should
Yes.
just be ending them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So yeah, let's, when we're done, let's write a little Euro ticket to do that. It should be pretty easy.
Yeah, it should. That's like a 10-minute. Yes, we did it! Finally!
No more serfdom!
Okay, now maybe we can get rid of traditionalism. Who would support this? Oh, this is not going to have much support at all.
Well,
Hmm.
who supports interventionism? I guess it's only...
It's just the industrialists.
Yes, we're also
Hmm.
pretty much running out of time. I mean, even agrarianism is a step forward, and we can always reform from agrarianism later, so...
It is. Is there anything else we could do to more directly disempower the shogunate in the long term?
Professional army.
Professional army,
Because
yes.
peasant levies gives them a lot of power.
It does. Oh, yes. It's
I would be probably
25%.
bringing the samurai back in from the cold.
Mhm. Yep, samurai and peasants.
Oh, they're
will support us.
marginalized.
For
Oh,
now.
the peasants. Yeah, let's bring in the peasants. I think we're gonna want the peasants in our government.
Yes, peasant government. Let's do that right away. So I don't think we need the monks anymore, but the peasants, yes. It's not great.
What if we put the monks back?
34.
And the intelligentsia?
is-
All three.
All three.
Uh,
Mm.
what gives us the best combo?
25. This, I think.
Okay.
Although it's not great that we have to exclude the intelligence.
No, but they'll live.
You also continue to bolster the intelligentsia, even though they're
That's
out
fine.
of the money.
That's fine.
I mean,
still want
we
them to be
generally
powerful.
they don't, as long as they're not opposed to the things we want, it's fine if they're powerful.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to be doing anything that angers the
Yes.
intelligentsia.
We're also gonna be out of time in a couple of minutes,
Ah,
so one
5
way or
minutes,
another.
Right.
Yep. So yeah, 4 minutes to go.
Oh, no more gold fields in Hokkaido. That is not going to help their standard of living. Yep, that is certainly unfortunate. Well,
Well,
there we go. We won again. This law might take a while, though.
Did Italy just form?
Oh, it very well might have. And also, we found more gold in Hokkaido.
okay.
Almost immediately. Spread the
Well,
word.
that's good.
There
Oh
we
wow!
go.
Hello, Italy.
Nice.
I guess that's what the fight was all about.
Yeah, and it seems like it's the Sicilians who
Again.
have unified. Yes. The AI loves not fixing that border until very late. They do eventually get around to it, but sometimes, for some reason, they just like California more.
The US also struggles a bit with natural militia. It's one of the things I'll be looking into this week,
Hmm.
because it's the problem of they don't need a lot of arms industries to support their their main army, but need a lot to support their conscripts. So they need some special logic there. Oh wow!
Interesting.
What's going on here?
The Raj against the company. Huh.
What?
Interesting. Oh, well, they surrendered?
I think so.
Pharmaceuticals, excellent. Although we don't actually have any laws that would allow us to do healthcare right now.
No. And either way, we are almost out of time, so
Yes, we are.
let's just focus on wrapping up.
Mhm.
I think we can actually just sort of pause and take a little take some final questions or end things if we have anything, Björn.
Yeah, well, some people are a little bit questioning about the whole, your government setup there, that it was a little bit throwing in and out without repercussions.
No, so there are repercussions for it. I think
Radicals.
yes, you get radicals, but I think currently they're not strong enough. Yeah, the effects of throwing people in and out of government exist, but I was actually thinking that myself, and it's been something we've been trying to get, because at one point it was incredibly strong, and then we weakened it, and then it's tricky to find the correct balance, but there is a consequence for doing it. One thing we also talked about is that you should probably be locked to your government for a certain amount of time, so you can't just be like, oh, you're the government, and you're the government now, and now you're the government. Low legitimacy is also something that's going to get harsher penalties before release.
Yep. So there you have it. Shall we scroll up for more questions?
Also worth noting that despite the fact that we did change the government quite often, it didn't help us that much in passing the laws we wanted.
No.
No, exactly. Like as Martin mentioned, the whole legitimacy system will make it much harder to pass the laws.
And ultimately, we're gonna try to get all the balance issues sorted out, but it's a big, complicated game. Everything affects everything, and hopefully we'll get a lot of this sorted out before release. But either way, I had a lot of fun.
Me too.
Yep. See if there
All
we
right.
got any minute questions.
Very
here.
last question then.
What kinds of decisions are available? I saw a tab when you looked at the journal.
Yes. Oh, for Japan actually has a unique one. Adopt state Shinto, and if we went further down the honorable restoration journal entries, we would be able to have Shinto as our state religion.
Indeed. And I think we have to end it here.
Yeah.
Because I have a train to catch.
Yeah, that was all the time we had, and there I am. So yeah, thank you everyone for hanging out with us, and obviously we've been showing Victoria 3. You can pre-order it now on Steam. Release date is 25th of October. And yeah, we will be playing a very hot code build today, so there has been some small things that you can expect to be fixed or changed. Maybe already in 2 weeks when we show the game again. So Daniel, thank you for being here with us today, and Martin as well, although you will be here next time as well. So any closing remarks from any of you?
I think all the people we killed are better off for it.
I think so as well. Also, if I have a regret, it's that we didn't tax grain.
I know, right?
Yes.
I think that's...
I would have solved all of our problems. Every one of them.
Every one of them. All right. Thank you, everyone. It was lovely. I had a great time, and see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, see
Goodbye.
you guys.